3, 2. We've got ignition. 1. We've got RIP takeoff. Condolences to his family out there. Aaron, let's cue the music. All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Self Love Show. We got a great show today. A lot of cats have been ignorant. I was ignorant that this technology has existed and has existed for a very long time. The co-host always says there's a lot of technology that we're not privy to. So we got a lot to unpack. Mind reading, vis-a-vis mind control. All right, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Can you tell me none of that was the music? All right, it's probably better. I have no idea what's going on. All right, Karen, you can take it away. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to pay some bills real quick. And then we're going to get the Self Love Show on the road. They not like us.
Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? This what y'all wanted me in Chicago? No block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
O Block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O Block right now. Where we at?
Where we at?
From Miami. I just want to tell niggas, man, we got to stop killing each other,
How
man.
you don't know where you at?
Shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown man. On some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please, stop doing that killing.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's
Oh my
apropos that
God.
you are
Man,
the
don't
first
do that to
recipient.
me.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Rise.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
have it
God.
on order. You know, we so it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
Please like, share, subscribe, repost. I'm just a kid from Chicago. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Appreciate you, Karen, and all the things you're doing for us out there. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell. Oh, okay. Stand by. We got the Self Love Show in the building. There we go. There we go.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. We do it for the people. The Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show.
It's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal.
The Self Love Show.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love
Self-love.
Show. Wordsmith 9 minutes.
Vision.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know how the
Story
story
go.
goes.
It's the Self Love Show. We are Banak. Thank you, Karen. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host and guests, and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of the affiliates. Welcome to another edition of the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or as we say, TATN.
Wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know how the story goes. The Self Love Show.
This is a place where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's mind and ignite the curiosities. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. First off, all praise to the ancestors. Appreciate y'all. The Most High. And of course, last but not least, my beloved late Mama Scott. Love you, miss you a lot. Today, we have a truly intriguing topic lined up for you. How thought invasion tech will be deployed versus the gods and the goyams. We'll dive into the fascinating world of mind reading technology. And let's take that back, Karen. We'll dive into the fascinating world of mind reading technology and explore its potential impact on society. I consider myself a futurist. We're going to go ahead and discuss how this technology could be used, many ethical dilemmas it's presenting, and what it means for both the powerful and the everyday person. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. The revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons. They are not lectures. We're live and live in color. Today is August 27th, 2024, at approximately 7:34 in the Windy City. Stay cool out there, y'all. Stay hydrated. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous, magnificent multiverse. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. Bear down, bear down, bear down. What down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today, sir?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Saying good, brother. Pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Many call it tough. Others say it's harsh. I can assure you it's self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's going on in your neck of America cake?
Well, it's been blazing hot. The temperatures have been ridiculous past few days, a couple days at least. But I think the Bears cut their roster down to 53 today.
The Bears and Hall of Fame Jones made it.
I suspected he was gonna make it after they moved him. And he could return the ball. Kickoffs, anyway.
He's a Swiss Army knife. That guy's Rentry out there. I'd give him Rentry's number. They haven't retired it. Then you guys see what I see.
Running around with it.
Yeah.
Is somebody already running around with his number out there?
Probably. What was it? 85? What was Rentry's number?
It was 20 something. 20.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
What was Rentry's number?
Rentry. Now I can't even think.
Dennis Gentry.
Dennis Gentry. Yeah, I remember Dennis Gentry, but I couldn't think his first name.
Yeah. Rentry. He come in on third down. It was one of those announcers calling him Rentry. You know how they like to name us whatever they want to name us and act retarded.
Was that them? I thought that was regulated stuff.
No, it was, well, we always get shit and then we ram it. Yeah, it was somebody, Rentry gets it to the 20. Rentry.
29.
Yeah, 29 was the number. How did I forget that? I got to get me a Dennis Rentry jersey. It's got that 9 on it. All right, y'all. Stay cool out there, though. Make sure you stay hydrated because those temperatures are dangerous. Check on the elderly and those who may be, more at risk out there. A lot of people won't ask for help. And then make sure, you're staying hydrated. There's certain things you can do. You can sprinkle some water on you. You know what I mean? And then put the fan right on you after jumping out of the shower or something like that. And then when it wears off, you do it again. And when that sun goes down, you'll figure it out. Most important thing is to stay hydrated. And that means alkaline water out there, in my humble opinion. All right. What to expect on today's show? We always begin with the quote of the day, and then we have our more growth and development platform video. It's under 1 minute. Very important that you tune into that vibration. Then, of course, our government works for us. Why do we pay people 6 figures in some places that we call pigs? We pay them. We need them, but do we need pigs? So tattoo tyranny, we're going to take a look at, usually it's officers, but all of our government interacting with the people, with their bosses, essentially. And we'll tell you if it's, if we think it's tyrannical or if we like it. And then we definitely need your opinion. Then, of course, dome teaser. Your mind is an awful thing when it lays fallow out there. The idle mind is the Satan's workshop. So the more you use your mind, the stronger it becomes, which is a concern for many people with this mind, tech. You can log right on and get to the internet and get all the answers you want, but are you really using your muscle? I don't know. We'll get there. That's the topic, how thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods and the goyim. Anything you don't know, you guys, you can Google it. You can talk to people. Don't just wallow in your ignorance. It's not a good look. Phone lines are not open, but they are troll free. Please smash the like button and share that link. And then we close it out with my personal favorite part of the whole show. And that's where this brother Wordsmith summarizes today's topic in a bit of metaphysical prose and right off the top of the dome. It's always a joy. All right. First, you got any? Big ups to the sponsors, Midwest Festivals and 87.9, I believe it is, Weenie in the Butt. But you got any announcements here, fella?
I want to say happy birthday to Trevor Jones, my main man. Grew up next door.
Oh, yeah. You want some tacos?
No.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Happy birthday, brother. Get you some taco meat. And then happy belated to my ship, Dr. Marlon Hubbard.
Oh, happy born day.
Yeah. He had an Earth Day. And then also my goddaughter, Genesis the Menaces. I believe, their birthday is on the same day, if I'm correct.
Is that who stays right over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Been trying to link y'all up. Yeah, her and her, I think fiance, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're, like half block away from you or some shit. I'm like, damn, they bought like a 2-flat or something over there. I might go over there and put my tag on it just for old time's sake. See if they can't shoot at me. All right, and then any chat rats out there, chat gods, chat goyim, you guys might be tech people, and we love for you guys to interact because basically, as Self Love said, we're just collecting data, and we're going to have this data out here for generations to come, ideally. So if you guys don't speak, nobody will ever know you were here in a lot of ways. Well, you know what I mean. They'll know. Yeah. All right, but enough of my yapping.
Yes, y'all. Gonna talk about some topics that have been going on quite some time. And thought invasion will be deployed against us.
It allegedly started in 1970, huh? Coincidentally, when I was born. It just
not sooner than that, but they eased it out and brought it on out. But what to expect is we going to explore. Y'all know how we do. Go into the history of it. We're gonna break it down, and we're gonna talk about some implications that could affect the future. But always we have a wonderful video, the Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. Before that, as always, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Mind reading technology holds the promise of unlocking the secrets of our thoughts, but it also challenges us to protect the sanctity of our inner worlds. Once again, mind reading technology holds the promise of unlocking the secrets of our thoughts, but it also challenges us to protect the sanctity of our inner worlds. Inspired by Anita Farahany.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if unlocking the secrets of my thoughts is promising, but that was a quote by the algorithm, bro. And then you notice how it doesn't say by Anita Farahany.
It says inspired.
Look what the algorithm's doing these days.
Yeah, well,
Big ups to the algorithm. Big ups to
machine learning.
Silverback More Growth and Development platform.
It's not
Number one,
roll it.
Repair our nation via reparations.
We're not getting it.
We demand our silver back. Number two,
we're getting
connect our breadwinners with our activists.
No, how in the hell are you doing?
Three,
it's not on there. It's
show
on mine.
accurate
No, it's
depiction
showing on the YouTube,
African
but
American
normally
Chi-Town.
it puts us on the half screen, but I guess Zoom is
Shine a light
updated.
on positive influence.
Like on the Zoom screen
5.
here. I can't hear it though.
Heal our
Volume's
community
up.
one
You can't
person
hear
at a
it?
time.
No, I'm just looking at us on the
5.
Zoom
An
screen, and
unfiltered
then are you watching this YouTube thing? Your
platform.
production.
I can't hear it. Obviously, it's
7.
timed up.
Recycle the black dollar. 8. To provide mentors.
Wait a minute.
Mentorless.
Wait a minute, bro.
9. To close the gap
turned
between
up.
us and our pink
Let it keep rolling.
kinsmen.
I guess we're just talking through it. I'll be quiet. But you see how it normally plays on the Zoom screen. I'm not doing that.
And 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Okay. That was weird, man, because it didn't play on our Zoom screen. Like you literally just shared a screen. It did share.
Wow. So it's just me and you full screen?
Yeah, you're not seeing that on your end?
No, because I'm sharing the screen. I'm seeing full screen of the video.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at on my monitor over here and seeing it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
That's strange. That's very strange.
So I'm sharing something now. Are you seeing a full screen on Zoom?
No, I think that's because I go into full screen before I share.
Okay, got you. Let me kill it anyway. I killed it. All right, y'all. Yeah, and number 10 is just as important as number 1. We didn't put those in any particular order. Why it is tricking if you got it. High fashion, deception, targeting poor. Bro, I was talking to this lady in Beverly Hills, no lead in or nothing. She was like, yeah, those people are stupid. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, you sound like me. I almost told about the goofy line. I said, I got a line coming though. Yeah, calling them stupid. All right. But if you guys missed that episode, do check it out. It's not doing big numbers because I think people want to wallow in their stupidity. Maybe that's it. But one doing big numbers, Self, is the shieldless presidential debate. Yeah, it's over 1,000 views and growing. So somebody's watching.
No doubt. Both of those are outstanding.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we do say so ourselves, and praise to the ancestors. And hopefully the DNC watches it. Well, the RNC, any candidate comes across that at the end if they want, black male vote. So if I'm watching stuff, man, and they got plies coming out there talking about black men, don't ask Trump what they want for him, and we got to stop asking black women what we want. First of all, she's not black, in my opinion. Second of all, you sound like an idiot, a simp. Was sitting up there looking like a homosexual, in my opinion. Bro, I'm gonna send you the video, and you're gonna tell me if your gaydar doesn't start rolling up, sitting there with his little legs crossed, smoking a little long, skinny cigarette. That's what my mind filled in the blanks. You know what I mean? That shit he was saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit he was saying, like, this is literally the time. This is why they're running for, even, it was on the Breakfast Club. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. You ain't black. That motherfucker Biden looked at him, told him, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. They talked. Yeah, Charlemagne the goofy. They like to, you know what I mean? Put them in their place every now and then. You're ambitious. You don't want to lose your money in that big house you got. You fucking. But anyway, Charlemagne the goofy was on there. He was talking to this lady about it who called in on his show, and he's saying, like, I agree with him. He's saying this is literally the time that you're supposed to be asking these people, what can they do for you? This is literally the time. But now, Self, since she's not a black woman, since she's a black woman, according to Plies, we shouldn't be asking her what she can do for black men. Yeah, well, listen, people, when you go to these pep
You
rallies,
gotta
you're
look
not.
over the.
what's-
You gotta look over the glasses for that. What?
you got some of these people are acting like, and big ups to all the sweethearts because but they're acting like cheerleaders, bro, for these people, as opposed to we pay you and we know you're going to go in office and start. We know you're going to be much more enriched when you come out of office than when you go in. Is that fair to say so?
Oh, yes. Period. If you make it as a senator or above, yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
I'm gonna start a restaurant called Bilderberger. You like that? I'm gonna have the trilateral fries. Huh? You know what I mean? Yeah. The Obama chicken. It's gonna be some stuff like that. Kamala's gonna have an Indian dish with hot sauce on that shit. Can you put some whatever the Indians use that's hot? I can't think of these stuff. No, we put some Louisiana or some red hot on that. That's it. The plies, rainbow punch. Man, small up the plies. I'm out there talking that shit. You got to check, bro. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna dig it up. Karen, dig that up when we're on break, and we're gonna make that part of the show under fair use. But my bad. We got a warm up poll question out there, yo. I know some of you guys are fans of plies, and you're sitting there right now. You know what I mean? It's not fair what he's doing.
I only heard from him from some of his videos, and some of them used to be like on point, but
What do you mean, some of his like podcasts or his music?
No, he would just do these little short videos. It wouldn't he'd be sitting outside his crib or something. It wouldn't be all super scripted.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he was
yeah. So I
he
didn't.
was
I
reading
didn't
the
I didn't hear none of. I didn't never hear none of his music or nothing. That's where I knew him from. I knew he made music, but I knew I didn't really want to hear it.
No, that's crazy. Stuff that shit they showed. Yeah, the DNC wrote that. I think Kamala wrote it and sent it right to him. But you see what we're sharing, you guys. This is a poll up about mind reading tech. And so far, this is where we're at. 17% of the respondents believe it can't be done, Self. I mean, that's just ignorant. That's not stupid. It's just ignorant.
Man. They're ignorant.
Yeah, I heard a mother talking to her kid and describing ignorance as stupid, and I had to bite my tongue. You're stupid. The kid said was ignorant. Stayed out of it. Wait, what? That's the second response. This seems like that's born of more ignorance, but at least they're more open-minded, right? Like, wait, this is going on. I've been working hard. I'm raising my kids, paying my taxes. You know what I mean? Sitting in traffic all day. Wait, what? Look at that monkey in that picture. That monkey self, he's doing customer service. And there's another monkey calling in, and that monkey told him, have you tried turning it on and off and throwing feces at it? Huh? All right. The pictures in the image poll have nothing to do with the responses, by the way, you guys. Let's go. Pros outweigh the cons. 17%. Wow. Is that ignorant? It's probably more born out of ignorance.
That's more people that would get a Neuralink.
That a what?
Would get a Neuralink.
COVID shot. First in line. Right? One of them. Remember they had them showing up and I got my shot. They don't show them when they, never mind. And then lastly, my mind is off limits. So 50% of the respondents so far, and you guys have time to get on that. Stop this share. You guys have time to get on that. It's on the community tab. We want to hear your voice out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, bro. Did you see fair use, y'all? It was on WBRZ. The deputy dog. Deputy dog.
Don't think I saw that one. I pretty much stay unplugged.
All right, this is our government in work, ladies and gentlemen, and put a T in there if it's tyranny, and then you put a big D in there if you don't think it's tyranny. Yeah, if you like.
We were first to tell you about the firing of Tangipahoa Deputy Randall Kelly after video showed him making an unwarranted violent arrest and entering the home of the man he arrested without a warrant. Attorneys tell News 2's David Hamilton Randall Kelly will likely face a lawsuit.
Sylvia attorney Daryl Washington told me this video will be key in a lawsuit against former Tangipahoa Parish Deputy
He's
Randall
a Democrat.
Kelly.
He asked him his name.
What's your name?
He gave him his name.
Jacob.
He asked him who supposedly came out the window.
I just woke up.
Karen, can you take those words off the screen?
At the particular time.
The Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office fired Deputy Randall Kelly after video showed him not only making this violent arrest of Jacob P., but also shows Kelly entering P's home without a search warrant. Kelly was there to assist Ponchatoula police in the search for a teen who was arrested along with Jacob. That teen is now being held at the Florida Parish Detention Center. As for Jacob, who was charged with 4 counts of resisting arrest, the sheriff's office released him once investigators reviewed the video, and he is now looking to have those charges dropped. Michael Showers, the president of the NAACP, says the video was highly disturbing.
At a time when we say, well, if he just complied, none of this would happen. The young man was complying with what the officers was directing him to do.
Attorney Daryl Washington was the lawyer for Lionel Jackson, a man that was shot by Hammond police officer in Tangipahoa in 2023. Washington said the former deputy should be charged for a crime the same as a citizen would be.
Definitely think from a civil perspective, the family would have some legitimate claims against this officer. But I think it should go further than that. If that was just a regular civilian, there would be no doubt that that person would be charged with a crime.
Washington believes the video will be enough evidence against the former deputy when the family files a civil lawsuit and wonders if the outcome would have changed if there were not any cameras around.
Let me show you how this works, boss. Put your hand.
They weren't justifying going into that residence in the first place. That's number one, because there was no warrant. So the Constitution prohibits that type of action. Second, the force that was used was just totally inappropriate. The language that was being used.
Tangipahoa Sheriff Gerald Sticker said that Kelly future criminal charges could be filed against the former officer. We reached out to the sheriff's office for a copy of Kelly's body cam footage, but have not heard back yet. Sylvia?
Who the fuck hired that guy? Never mind. I can't understand a word coming out of his goddamn mouth. You talking about the cop. All right. Big ups David Hamilton. I'm talking about that newscaster.
Yeah, both of them were just as bad, actually.
Yeah, that's probably a distraction.
Yeah, maybe he just had a bad day. I don't know.
It's a distraction. Maybe the cop had a bad day.
And no, the cop can't have a bad day.
Yeah, it's like a pilot. Yeah, in my opinion, the people should be offended by that. Your dwelling is supposed to be, they can't just come into your dwelling, bro.
No, not at all.
Without
It's
a judge.
a whole amendment that talks about that.
Yeah. And then he was wrong. And then he said he trumped up all those charges. And this happens every day. And now that guy, if he was studying to be a lawyer, or maybe he wanted to go into law enforcement, just by basis of him being arrested can stop him from getting certain security clearances.
Yeah.
Unless it's, expunged.
It's ridiculous. I mean, that's 100%. I mean, it's not much needs to be said about this. This is
tyranny. Are you talking? How much tyranny are you talking? Are you talking?
Well, it's 100% tyranny. I mean, he got fired, and they might charge him, but he's definitely gonna face a lawsuit, which is
But that's what I'm asking. If you were looking for someone, right, and you put on a little uniform, you know what I mean, and you came to someone's house,
you would have got an extra charge, impersonating an officer.
Okay, well, if you didn't put on a uniform, your business suit like the detectives, and came into their house without permission, would it just be a lawsuit? Would it just be a civil issue?
No, they said that the should be charged. in the video. They were saying they were hoping he'd be charged like a civilian.
Should. Right. I heard all that.
Yeah,
but right now, it could be a civil lawsuit is what they're saying. He could be fined, but no one said anything about he could be going to jail just like a citizen who kicked somebody's door in and was looking for something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And they should be, in my opinion, they should be held to the same standard at minimum.
At minimum, they should be held to a higher standard because they are trained.
And they're supposed to know
they should be
the
held
rules.
to a higher standard.
That's
Period.
all I'm saying. He should be
Period.
facing criminal charges, in my opinion.
Yes.
Manhandled that guy,
That was assault.
Yes. And then
To somebody compliant.
Yes. And then they want to say it wasn't even a guy. And then they want to say, even if it was the guy, right? But it wasn't even him. And then they want to put all these charges on him and ruin this guy's life. And you wonder why we call you pigs. If any cop is watching, that is a pig. And those pigs who stood around there oinking when it was going on, I don't know. What's your feeling about those, the 12 that were sitting around there watching it?
Well, they know that it's oink oink business because they don't have a warrant and he's inside there. And
Yeah,
then
you
he
notice
comes
they
out
didn't go in.
tackling a dude.
Yeah, you notice they didn't go in.
Oh no. They want to say, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Motherfucker, you watched them do something wrong.
And I want to see RICO charges. I want to see, criminal conspiracy. I want to see these other two pigs who are sitting there on the side saying what Self Love just said. They're probably telling everybody in the reports. I want to see them get flipped. I want to see them talk about, you want to tell them, you're going to lose your house. You're ambitious. You're going to drop you're going to get fired over this pig. I need them to show up in court and testify against this pig just so they can avoid charges. This is what I need. And I need a RICO charge going all the way up to the top. Yeah. And that's what would be America. And ask me what I want. That's what I want. All right. So we agree. Tyranny. You know what I mean? All right. How thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods in goyem. That's what we own tonight. We just did tattoo tyranny, pink crime. My wonderful wife is a method actor. A lot of great actors use this method, right? So you got method acting. Big ups to KTLA 5, and this is under fair use. We're going to unpack it. Usual suspects. In my opinion.
A successful actor and screenwriter now charged in a series of brutal rapes in the LA area dating back more than a decade. Detectives now asking other possible victims to come forward. Gabriel Olds, described by his accusers as having a high personality, a man who uses his Hollywood status to lure women on dates that ultimately turn into violent sexual assaults.
KTLA's Carlos Saucedo is live in Studio City with more on the case against the 52-year-old actor. Carlos.
Yeah, well, Gabriel Olds was arrested this morning. A warrant went out for his arrest last month. Now, he's accused of sexually assaulting 3 women in separate incidents. Tonight, police detectives, they believe there could be more victims out there.
You won't win that way.
Best known for his role portraying conservative evangelical Pat Robertson in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, actor and screenwriter Gabriel Olds now finds himself behind bars. The 52-year-old faces 7 felony sexual assault charges in LA County, one case stemming from over 10 years ago. His alleged victims say Olds would use his status as an Ivy League grad and success in Hollywood to set up dates with women.
He's actually using the women's stupidity.
The early 90s. Detectives say, quote, Mr. Olds started off charming, but then used brutal violence to carry out these rapes. In all, investigators identified 3 women that Olds is accused of assaulting, as well as 2 additional women who witnessed lesser violent sexual conduct. Olds was arrested Wednesday morning in Los Angeles, but detectives believe since the actor traveled for work, there could be more victims beyond LA that haven't come forward. Some of these survivors suffered in silence for years before finding the strength to speak up. Now that he's off the streets, we want to make sure everyone has a chance to be heard, said Detective Brent Hopkins. Tonight, Olds is being held on $3.5 million bail. Again, police believe there could be more victims out there. Anyone with any information is encouraged to contact the LAPD.
How I'm
We're live in Studio
editorializing?
City tonight. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
Carlos,
Whenever
thank
it's
you.
them, there's no editorializing. They're almost just reading it like because they have to. But if that was P. Diddy or Ice Cube or anybody, they'd be talking shit like me. They'd be talking shit like me.
Yep.
But they'd have somebody black.
They're all actors and they get script. They follow the script.
Yeah.
Some bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a white on white crime. It does happen. Yeah.
A lot more than you think.
He's innocent until proven guilty in this country, but if that SOB is guilty, he's gonna have a nice time. Because LA County Jail, and then well, he's bonded out, I'm sure, but ooh, once he gets upstate, he's definitely gonna be somebody's bitch, in my opinion. No way around it.
He might not have been able to bind out. I mean, some of these people out there
don't have the money.
They play these roles, that money's gone.
Yes, they said he was using his Ivy League status. What the hell is that, so?
Well, I went to Harvard and I mastered in acting.
Put a sweat?
Majored in, and that's how I became so successful.
No, you're right.
in
Look at my
Hollywood.
LinkedIn. Look at my LinkedIn.
Yeah, so successful in Hollywood, and now I'm doing amazing things. And I think I could work with you and make something
famous.
Yes, meaningful, and we can.
Wait a minute. Who are you again? You mean you played in those B Christian movies? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But he's looking for important, stupid. You know what I mean? Got off the boat, just got here to LA. That's what he's looking for. Whole time he's slipping shit in their drinks, dropping them Bill Cosby cocktails and shit. Bill Cosby was my friend. You know what I mean? How thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods in the goyem. Phone lines are not open, but they are troll free. That's probably why they're not open. All right, I dropped that riddle into the chat. Your mind is an awful thing when you waste it. It's like not washing your bum. Starts stinking. Riddle. I can reveal your deepest thoughts without a word being said. I can unlock the secrets in your heart. In your head, my bad. I can reveal your deepest thoughts without a word being said. I can unlock the secrets in your head. What am I? Did I see a thumbs up?
Oh, yeah.
You got a thumbs up out there. Yeah, you're like those race school kids always talking about everything was easy. You know what I mean? Yeah, test was easy.
I could be wrong. I'm wrong sometimes.
Test was easy. Just because you got it, just because you aced it doesn't mean the test was easy. It just means you knew the material. You know what I mean? You smug SOB. Not you. I'm talking about the race school people.
I mean, I don't know why anybody felt smug about school because they gave you the questions and the answers.
Well, we got to stop calling it school. Well, actually, if you think about a school, it's like a school of fish. And you're 100% right. We'll reveal his answer at the end of the show. He put it in our personal text. We should call it indoctrination schools.
That's what it is. Or just indoctrination centers, not even school.
Yeah.
Indoctrination centers.
Yeah.
And you ain't blame the Rockefellers. The main ones that set that whole thing up so they could have workers, not thinkers. That's the way it's set up.
There's a big part of LA here, rich part, Rockefeller Drive, Rockefeller.
They put a lot of money in a bunch of places out there. Had large influence, gave large amounts of money to start the education stuff.
I'm sure Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford gave lots of money too. What you got to say about that?
I'm not sure it's on the same frame or amount. Those guys were crooks for a long time. before they legitimize themselves.
You calling Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford crooks?
No, I'm talking about the Rockefellers. I'm talking about the Rockefellers.
Just want to be clear. The point I'm trying to make. Let me make my point. I don't see Larry Hoover Drive and Jeff Ford Avenue over there on the southeast
Well,
side.
they didn't get a chance to legitimize themselves.
I got what you're saying. To pump that money in there. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. 100% fair. Which means they probably hadn't been indoctrinated fully and wouldn't have been buying burgers at the Build-A-Burger restaurant.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Jeff was at the White House though. No, some of his lieutenants. That might got him. I mean, that brother got invited to the White House.
I mean,
I love it.
The
He said his
government gave
lieutenants.
him some millions of dollars.
Yeah,
$1
well,
million.
hold it. Yeah, I'm saying he got invited to the White House and snubbed him. Sent his underlings. Talk about gangster. Most icons would, you come to the White House? Yeah. And he got a lot of money to help programs and stuff like that. And then he lied and for the government. All right. Guess we had enough of these shenanigans here, huh?
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. We got people who praise us all the time. They love the content, and they ask the same question, self-love, and ask like, why isn't this all over? 1, because we haven't been indoctrinated. 2, because we're not into bum worship. 3, because we can't be bought. And 4, because you guys aren't talking about the content, and you aren't selling it, you aren't sharing it, you aren't sharing it to everybody you meet. All right.
Yep.
Should be a video.
That is facts.
All right, next week, I don't know what we got lined up.
Take a listen to this. What you're hearing is the human brain talking.
That crackling is the sound of the neuron popping.
We'll have to figure something out.
This is the technology that is transforming what once was science fiction into just plain science. It's a specialized use of MRI scanning called functional MRI that makes it possible to see what's going on inside the brain while people are thinking.
So,
He silently asks the computer and then hears the answer through vibrations transmitted through his skull and into his inner ear. The screen shows how long it takes the computer to read the words that he's saying to himself.
Sophia, 1.21 million.
That is correct. You just Googled that.
I did.
You could be an expert in any subject.
He voting for Kamala.
I'm glad you asked me to do this, because we talk.
Yeah, that's the technology that they show us that people say doesn't exist further.
Man, it's crazy because they had that. What's his name? Stephen Hawking. How long was he talking through the computer?
No, he could still use his vocal cords, and it was my assumption that was all he had.
No, that's all he had was
yeah.
No, he didn't have any sound coming out of him. That's all he had was.
It's a good point. You're saying if you lost all your muscles and everything, your vocal cords,
and he couldn't do this. His wheelchair, all of that was. So how long have they had this? Come on.
He's Ivy League, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's Ivy League. He went to the one no one talks about, but they should talk about more. Columbia, I think that's the one.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, big up Steve Hawkins. All right, y'all. And big ups to Karen and all of you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. And if you have anything good or terrible to say, don't text myself or Brother Wordsmith personally. We'd appreciate it if you leave it in a comment, because the algorithm needs that, right?
It helps.
Yeah. Ask yourself why you're scared or ashamed to post that you like the content publicly. Are you concerned about what your friends or your peer group might think? Are you concerned about what the indoctrination centers and your wife or your family might think that you're liking this content? Is that what it is? All right, then create a shell name and do what?
Yeah, just put it in there. Use it that way. It's free to make an account.
That's right. That's right. We understand. Yeah, create a shell account. If you think TATN don't have one like my shell account, I'll let you guys know. It's Kevin Durant. It's Cupcake. That's my shell account. It's Kevin Durant's got a cupcake next to it. You know what I mean? So everybody thinks I'm Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? They know it's him. All right. So the reason we do this is to leave data for our progeny, also to have our voices be heard, unfiltered, unscripted. This podcast started after watching George Floyd be kneed out there, screaming for his mom and saying he can't breathe for 9 minutes. Drop dead gorgeous, smart man standing on top of him. Yeah, drop dead gorgeous, standing on top of him like Thor. And then all of the goyim just sitting there watching. Yeah, you can get above him. Yeah, and the other pigs watching. Don't make me go back there. I've only watched the video once. It's all I could stomach. Rest in peace, George Floyd. And we're copper colored first here. Unashamed, unapologetically, foundationally copper colored first, damn it. We can be more specific than that, but that's about as specific as we want to go right now. And then, of course, more growth and development. More, MOOR, growth and development. That's our platform. We're here to chronicle our story as opposed to his story, and leaving a gift for those that come behind us. That's the whole point of this. And yeah, shill free. That's the whole point. And we invite everyone to speak their truth. So if you're a shill, you're welcome to come on as well. So let's get to topic: how thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods and the goyim. Part of this is a thought experiment. So we thought, Self Love and I, we decided it's probably best to kind of break down in a rudimentary way what it is and how it works. Brother Wordsmith, what is the basic principle? Well, before you go there, how old is this technology? I think it's better to start there. In your
mind. According to research, it's approximately 100 years old, a little over 100 years, plus or minus.
Damn.
And we're, I can't think of the doctor's name, but he was using the frequencies from the brain to decipher some stuff, and said it came out as something.
Wow. I think I remember, Self, how'd you mention it? Some black and white scientific, black and white sci-fi TV shows back in the day where somebody was doing something like that, reading their mind. I don't know if it was in a comic book or what, bro, but like early 70s, bro.
Yeah, they've been doing it now. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Now, according to the powers that be, this is what they're willing to give us. Thought reading technology has been in development for several decades now. Early research started in the 1970s with implanted brain-machine interfaces in animals, like monkeys and stuff. Significant advancements have been made since then, particularly with non-invasive methods like EEG and MRI. In the early 2000s, researchers started using the MRI to decode brain activity related to specific thoughts and stimuli. The technology has rapidly evolved, and recent breakthroughs have enabled even more accurate and practical applications, such as translating brain activity into text or controlling devices. One thing I want to say is, like, the examples we're going to show you today was on 60 Minutes, and Barbara Walters was like old. I mean, she was young then. So, and that's what they were willing to show her, and rest her so. And we're not going to say she's a spook.
Yeah, those videos were, yeah.
Yeah.
They were old enough themselves. They were 5 and 6 years old.
So if we know that science, we know that if Brother Wordsmith came up with some way to give everyone free energy, and then what they normally do is just pay it and pay for the rights and ownership to it. It's all these patents, and then they'll never release it. Are we to suppose that they're not developing it and using it for their own devices?
Well, they are. They wouldn't do that. They make everything equal, and everything gonna be equal. We gonna, that we just not getting up to par. We just not up to par.
Man, y'all be thinking about stuff like that. I gotta go to work. All right. What is and we're gonna show you there's things you can do, but the reason they keep pushing the stuff down everybody's throat is because nobody does anything about it. All right, but what is the basic principle behind thought reading technology, from your understanding?
From my understanding,
how does it work?
It's reading, the vibrations from your thoughts. Everything is frequency, so everything can be measured. They are tuning in to your thoughts, and that's it. That's all.
So they should be able to read an animal's mind. Since they started the tech practicing on animals, like they should have tech to tell you what your cat or your dog is thinking.
Well, it's not quite the same because we don't think like dogs and cats. I don't know how they'll be able to interpret what the dog and cat
you'd
is
have
thinking.
to have it in there like treat,
It'd have to be like pictures and shit. I don't know what the fuck.
No, listen. When they're in there, you'd be saying like treat, you know what I mean? And the dog's gonna think about treat outside, and his brain's gonna light up, a certain way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The same thing they're doing to us.
Yeah, I mean, they got that.
Yeah. Supposedly, they do. I didn't buy it, but supposedly somebody is working on that where you can have like your dog.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, and it'll be talking.
And your babies, you can find out what your babies are thinking and all of this.
Oh, what if they're wrong?
They've got all of this stuff. And it ain't that hard. It ain't, saying our first go around with it. And he said the first the guy started monitoring brain activity was the German dude 100 years ago.
They said his name?
Yeah, I just had it and I moved from it. Hans, it's a German dude.
Hans Christian Jingo Irish Schmidt.
Hans Burger.
Oh, look at that, Hans Burger. Yeah, we're gonna have a Hans Burger at the Bilderberger restaurant. They gotta have a Hans Burger. Yeah,
it's gonna Hans Burger.
Yeah.
BERGER. First demonstrated the ability to record electrical activity from the human brain in the early 20th century.
And if you don't think they were practicing all that stuff on those so-called Jewish during that awful war, if you guys don't think that, I mean, I got some land to sell y'all in Florida. Honestly, I know y'all like to say everybody's a conspiracy theorist and everybody's stupid, but all right, I'll leave it alone. Thought reading technology operates by recording neural activity, usually electrical signals, associated with specific functions like speech or attention, what you're putting your attention on. This data is then interpreted to understand what the brain activity means and used to control external devices, to Self Luv's point, or even provide information to the user. So he's saying Stephen Hawkins has probably been moving around because you're right. They've been telling me he had that, whatever that was that he has, and you lose all your muscle function. Muhammad Ali had it.
Yeah, everything. You lose everything.
Was it Lou Gehrig's
Eventually,
disease?
your organs. No. Eventually, your organs all shut down. But he lived longer than anybody that had that from an early age.
Was he probably drinking baby placenta. I don't think anybody from Harvard would.
There are a lot of theories because there's some that he died a long time ago and they just had to ship that thing out back in.
Oh man,
and have the computer talking.
I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to laugh at this guy's hilarious. How does all right? I'm going to go into a bit more how it works. So non-invasive methods such as using an
Long time.
encephalogram, EEG cap to record brain waves without the need for surgical implants. For example, the D-Wave system translates brain waves into text by having users wear a double EEG cap that captures their brain's electrical activity while they read silently. This data is then processed by AI to decode the thoughts into a text. This shit.
Well, they've been doing it for a long time. And it works both ways. They can put thoughts in your head too.
We're getting it. And that's when I was watching all of that stuff. That's why I was like, man, we got to discuss this. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, then what's stopping them from reversing it? And you can't tell me they're just reading those thoughts. Like once they learn how to read those thoughts, the AI should be able to pick up on all those other thoughts. Because even when you're reading silently to yourself, you're going to have other thoughts. What does the AI do then? Does it keep reading or does it say private?
No, it puts it all in there. It's all vibration. It's all frequencies.
Crazy.
So whatever it is that's recording it, it just needs to be interpreted. And AI knows that thought is not linear all the way anyway, so it can move it around and put it in perfect perspective.
Like you saying, like dreams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We got a bunch coming, man. On this topic, we're going to talk about the good applications and some potential bad applications and solutions.
Yes, sir. And we'll figure out what Stephen Hawking had too.
Just ask Siri. I gotta say, hey Siri, what the Siri is?
Man, I've not had the best experience with Siri or Google. It's ridiculous. But I'll tell you about that offline. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But how thought invasion tech will be deployed against us, it's already in action. I just want to tell you, it's been put there for a while now.
Why even indoctrinate your kids and you just put a helmet on them and they have all the information you want them to have?
No, because you want them to go and do the program. So when they get a job, it's just like school, 8 hours with a lunch break or whatever.
You don't want that helmet. You don't want them to need that helmet.
You don't need the helmet. And on top of that, they can wirelessly. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And we got some great videos for you to check out to edutain you. And we will be right back.
I'm glad you asked me to do this, because we've talked many times.
And I'm so glad you made the time to do it, Steve. Thank you.
I was telling the audience I came from my ranch, and you're very aware of this, and you're going to help me now because you introduced me, one of your key people back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm interviewing our candidate here today. This is Brother Wordsmith. He lied about being Choctaw, lied to the Choctaw Nation, lied about it. He's like some sort of $5, copper engine. But here he sits before the Choctaw Nation and on Choctaw Radio, where it's, he comes here to, earn our vote because he can be the president of the entire native indigenous population, the head chief, but he needs the Choctaw vote. We was just backstage, and he promised to do something personally.
Hey, Ken, where are the Leafs?
I want to thank you sincerely, brother. You promised to take care of that for my family. I don't get paid. I don't get paid to say this. $10,000 would be an insult to me. $10,000 would be an insult to me. I know we the party of the poor, but you, brother, you got to know $10,000.
I can't
insult to me. I don't do
going
nothing
on.
for $10,000. I'm doing this out of
I don't know when
my own heart, because
we're back on.
Before y'all start hitting my inbox with any foolishness about what he can do with this Choctaw posing SOB can do for the Choctaw Nation. All right. Any foolishness, about the Choctaw Nation that he claims to be of, and is sitting there.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for black people and expect to get in the White House. You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is.
I'm sorry, I can't, man. I can't, bro.
It's clown shit.
Wouldn't leadership take that opportunity and say, and here's what I'm going to do in atonement for that, and here's what I promise you, and no, you can't win no election. Nobody's asking that to be the platform. We're saying, what can you do for our vote?
We gotta figure out a better way to share this where I can see what's going on, bro. Because
or the same, or
I don't know when the show's gonna be different. Because when I'm looking at
he's
YouTube,
just viewing more of the same. Nothing.
She was there to coddle for the vote, bro. This is like, what's the father's name? Peter Griffin on Family Guy. We might as well have Peter Griffin sitting there negotiating with Brother Wordsmith.
How much is this volcano insurance?
I don't know. Let's say $200.
$200? That's more than I spent on all that handsome cream. I don't have that kind of money.
What about that jar of money?
No way, that's Lois's rainy day fund.
Ah, come on. It never rains in Rhode Island?
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure we've never had a volcano either.
Well, don't you think we're overdue for one?
Touche, salesman.
He's coming in front of Choctaw Nation, to earn their vote. And this guy, you gave him some popcorn, you know what I mean? You gave him some chicken, you know what I mean? You gave him a lifetime. What do you need? You know what I mean? You want to be, you want us to print some more money for your little bank account? Okay. You know what I'm saying? You want us to make your little tax problem go away? I mean, I'm alleging. I don't know what it is that he could have been promised, because he put it out there, and somebody should maybe look into it. Because I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, it's you. I'm not in right now. Please leave a message. Beep.
Man, I hate these things. Yeah, hi, this is Peter Griffin. I'm sorry I missed you.
Peter, play with this. Look, sir, I have reviewed this contract, and it offers no coverage at all. It just says volcano insurance over and over again. And down here in small print, it says, he's signing it, I can't believe it.
So?
But they're coming out there, Self, to earn the vote, to coddle for it. And Peter Griffin, a.k.a. Homer Simpson, you're about to write a check, Self. You're about to write a check. You ain't got to tell me, if he want to give me $5 for this car, he can give me $5 for this car. Foolishness about getting a fair deal. Foolishness.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
Like, share, subscribe.
Man. Thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format. Very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Okay, I got it. Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant, man.
I had to click on your platforms. This platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. Self Love Show.
Yeah, I figured it out. It's actually cold the way it's set up now.
The show. It's the Self Love Show. We're back. How thought invasion tech will be deployed against us. The gods and the goyem. Talked about the history. Got into it a little bit, but we about to really get into it. Expand the conversation. Right now.
Absolutely. Yes. Self-love vision. I had to take them off to figure out what the hell was going on. Yeah. I don't know what's going on these days. There's a lot of shit going on these days, bro. Got people all around. Are you? What? Yeah, I'm from this country, that country. I don't give a fuck. You know? I'm ignorant. They should put them at Drop Dead Gorgeous Race School. Bust them in there and watch what happens to them. All of them have, as soon as they get there, all of them have hearing aids so big, they'd be in them damn slow classes. They'd bust them off to other schools, bro. Like, man, those kids that had their way with them, man. I'm just saying, bro. Like, anybody, like, so what? Like, yo, I'm this and that. We be like, so what, bro? Guys be saying they this gang, that gang. So what? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, these days it don't even matter if you say the same gang, they're gonna say so what.
Yeah. How thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods and a goyim, like Brother Wordsmith said, there is a riddle that he's already solved. No one else has been classy enough. Once again in the comments, but big ups to Pieces TV. He in the building. Y'all subscribe to his channel. Great artist. Chicago too. And he popped up on the show, huh? So
yes, he's been on the show a couple times.
Yeah. Cosmo D. Yeah. Told him he could have won the gold medal in the Olympics.
And that's what
this year. Yeah. I can reveal your deepest thoughts without a word being said. I can unlock the secrets in your head. What am I? That's today's riddle. Okay. How did I end up? Oh, because I was trying to get to the riddle. All right, y'all. So now we're on the good applications. Self-love and I, we're going to unpack. I got it, bro. A video. See screens. That's top one. All right. Fair use, you guys. Can you hear it? You probably can't hear it, can you? No.
No.
I will say the changes they made are definitely better. I just gotta get used to it. Can you hear it now?
It's the wrong screen. And one thing I do is only have one screen up that I could go to.
I use them both. You know what I mean?
Minds.
Density.
This is the
rewind.
Is that the right screen?
How often have you
Yes.
wondered what your spouse is really thinking, or your boss, or the guy sitting across from you on the bus? We all take as a given that we'll never really know for sure. The content of our
Look how young
thoughts
she
is
is.
our own, private, secret, unknowable by anyone else.
We better go off
until
the full
now,
screen.
that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Neuroscience
who that
research
is.
into how we think and what we're thinking is advancing at a
Oh, that's
stunning
not Barbara
rate,
Walters?
making it possible
No.
for the first time in human history
It's just like
to
her.
peer
Sounds
directly
like her
into
too.
the brain to
Son of a
read
bitch.
out the
The
physical
whole time I
makeup
thought
of
that
our
was
thoughts.
Barbara.
Some would say
Yeah, I'm
to
looking.
read
I'm
our
like,
minds. This is the technology that is transforming what once was science
Drop
fiction
dead gorgeous.
into just plain science. It's a specialized use of MRI scanning called functional MRI, fMRI for short, that makes it possible to see what's
fMRI,
going on
yeah.
inside the brain while people are thinking.
Every time I walk into that scanner room and I see the person's brain appear on the screen, when I see those patterns, it is just incredible, unthinkable.
Mind reading,
Unthinkable.
what do you call it?
Thought identification.
Whatever you want to call it, what neuroscientist Marcel Just and his colleague Tom Mitchell at Carnegie
Yeah,
Mellon
watch all this.
University have done is combine fMRI's ability to look at the brain in action with computer science's new power to sort through massive amounts of data. The goal? To see if they could identify exactly what happens in the brain when people think specific thoughts.
Okay, are you ready to get started?
Man,
They
this-
didn't specific thoughts.
Okay, are you
See
ready
that?
to get started?
Exactly what happens in the brain
See
when
that face?
people think specific thoughts.
Okay, are you
Identify exactly what
Like a
happens in the
face, like a-
brain
there
when
it is.
people think specific thoughts.
Crazy.
Okay, are you ready to get started?
They did an experiment.
Good.
Within minutes, the computer, unaware of what pictures Megan had been shown, and working only from her brain activity patterns as read out by the scanner, was ready to tell us, in its own voice, what it believed was the first object Megan had been thinking
I
about.
thought that was Barbara
I
Walters.
think the word is knife.
All right, one.
Bingo. All right. Then the second.
I think the word is hammer.
It was
Say
right.
They didn't do it. Am I going to be allowed to drag them off to the local brain imaging lie detection company and get them put in a scanner? Absolutely. Whether we're going to let the state do it or whether we're
Lied with hammer.
And neither are neuroscientists 4,000 miles away in Berlin at the Bernstein Center. John Dylan Haynes is hard at work here, using the scanner
John Dylan
not just to
Haynes.
identify objects people are thinking about,
They use
to
his
read their
assassin name.
intentions.
So we're going to start now with the actual experiment.
Subjects were asked to make a simple decision, whether to add or subtract two numbers they would be shown later on. Haynes found he could read directly from the activity in this small part of the brain that controls intentions what they had decided to do.
This is a kind of blown up version of the brain activity happening here. And you can see that if a person is planning to add or to subtract, the pattern of brain activity is different in these two cases.
Man, I'd like to think these scientists mean well.
Most of the scientists mean well. Now, the people paying for the research and having it done, that's generally a different situation. The people that own what they're doing. Because most scientists are not working upon their own accord. They are
Financed.
Financed, and somebody else is paying for this, and it's, theirs, not the scientist. Now, there are some scientists, I'm sure that's not, because you can't judge anything as a whole. But I think for the most part, a lot of the scientists, and they're just trying to do something positive.
Yeah. So let's build a burger right now. We're at the Build a Burger meetings, and because they don't, what they do, in my opinion, they discuss, they look ahead and they discuss, what the reaction is going to be. And then they decide, okay, we're going to put out all the benefits of this new technology, and we're going to purposely not mention any negatives. So let's build a burger and let's talk about all the good applications. So, because sometimes the thought is, the ends justifying the means, if you will. If you kill, now remember, I'm building a burger. If you delete, say 6 billion poor and stupid people from the earth, the ends would mean less traffic, you'd have less, you know what I mean, pollution and blah, blah, blah. But how can thought reading, I'm just saying maybe that's what they're talking about, but
nonsense.
Yeah, I agree. How can thought reading, it's complete nonsense because we're spiritual beings, but how can thought reading technology assist individuals? We'll start like, let's say, even with disabilities, bro.
I mean, very much. It can make you better control devices that with your mind. That could help you greatly if you're completely impaired or you can control your wheelchair and you can,
order pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't be ordering pizza.
I don't know if he was online, but
you could be online. Hell yeah,
yes.
He's probably trolling. He's probably, please.
Hawkins.
Hell yeah, Hawkins was online. He had him a troll account. Boy, if I could.
One of the most brilliant minds, and we don't know if that was just a shill or what, because that's the truth. He's been like this for a long time. That computer has been talking for him for a long time, bro.
But okay. So the Bilderbergers did come back with, yes, it can, because I asked the Bilderbergers, how can this help me? And what they said is it can help those with paralysis, you might be from the neck down, what have you, or severe motor impairments, communicate by translating their thoughts into motion and text and speech. You know what I mean? This technology can also enable them to control prosthetic limbs or other assistive devices, providing greater independence and mobility.
Absolutely. That's good stuff.
Yeah, look at the Bilderbergers. When have they ever cared about disabled people? When have they ever cared about this in the history of mankind?
It's a precursor to the Neuralink. So it's gonna, make it.
You're saying
it's great for everybody.
You're saying this is their sales pitch.
Yeah. So,
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, we're on the Bilderberger sales pitch. Now, what role can this new happy thought reading, I would think that the creator had our thoughts be private for a reason. But what role can thought reading technology play in the indoctrination centers, which we talked about earlier, or education?
Yeah, it could be adjusted for each individual, because there are screens and stuff all over the school. They don't have to be the same for everybody. Could be playing different things for different people. Completely indoctrinating them into the system. And could plant thoughts in their heads, instead of them, that everybody would be a good student that they want to be. And the people that they don't want to be good students won't be. They'll be terrible students. They'll fill their head with all kinds of stuff.
This is a sales pitch there, fella.
Oh,
remember, we're building a burger.
Yeah,
you're at the Bilderberger restaurant.
Yeah, so we'll feel every kid could be perfectly educated and according to his ability, and make it above his ability.
What you mean? Everyone would have access to their whole all the information, all the data on the internet. No child would be left behind, right? Because they have the data on their phones and they choose not to use it now for whatever reason, and that's their right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm selling it. But now we can have and they can still choose not to use it.
So,
And they
so
can still
no,
not
you say something like every child will
would
be
have
given access to exactly
access.
what he needs,
Access. There it is.
to what he needs to succeed and be the best that he could be. And yeah, access.
You want to waste money on books and pencils? Number 2 pencil, sharpen the pencil. Go sharpen all the pencils.
You ain't even got to leave the house. You could just be connected. Put your helmet on, and you're there.
Well, Pieces TV is a little ahead of us, but we're going to acknowledge his comment. The fall of America, with a so-called fool to blame. And then he says, and they can steal ideas without force.
Period.
Yeah, he's thinking he could be thinking of a big mural he's going to paint his next mural.
Yeah, and then see it like, what the?
And they're in there help. Well, we're selling. We're selling.
Yeah.
Remember, we're building a burger here. You can't build a burger and tell people about it. It might have rat meat in there.
Human meat.
Yeah. Now, according to the human meat and rat meat, it's real close. That's why they do all the tests. Now, all right. According to the goyem, the big people. In education, thought reading technology can be used to monitor students' attention. You like that, Self? And engagement levels. This can help teachers identify when students the teachers can't read body language no more. The teachers can't. So this will help teachers identify when students are struggling to focus, and they can adjust their teaching methods accordingly. So it'll be nothing invasive for your child. It'll just be a tool where we can better indoctrinate, prepare them for this next generation, for this world, this
next
new
level of their life.
Yeah.
And depending on their level of, attention, gonna divide where they go and how they succeed.
Well, they didn't say that, but I can tell you at William H. Ray School, boy, they'd have been like, this guy's not paying attention. They'd have pulled you in there. Your paying attention percentage is too low, damn it.
Hey, we're selling it though. We're building a burger because
You're right.
And that's
you're
why I
right.
said you put them in the level where they're supposed to go with a smile. You say that with a smile.
You're right. And this is how they talk about us at these meetings, and they have fun and they do drugs and they mess with each other's bums and stuff like that.
Right.
Allegedly, in our opinion. There's no cameras there for a reason.
We've never been to these meetings.
So we're talking about the Diddy white parties, but nobody talks about this. And that was all discussed at the Bilderbergers. Diddy, Trump, Clinton's, all of that, Obama's, all of that was created for you, the people, to make a better, more fair world. Now, how can thought reading technology enhance mental health treatment? Brother Wordsmith, explain it to the goyim and to their parents.
If there is such a thing, if we're still building here, it can deliver the right amount of medicine automatically.
Yep. And it can identify, right?
When it's most needed.
Yeah. Yeah, the children and individuals who are having these self-harming thoughts that could be harmful to themselves or others, or maybe even you. We can identify those who may get an AR-15 because they're being bullied, and then get them the help they need. Yes. Now, according to them, The thought reading technology can offer new ways to diagnose and treat mental health conditions. By analyzing brain activity, it can help identify patterns associated with disorders like depression or anxiety. This information can then be used to develop more effective, to Brother Wordsmith's point, treatment plans and monitor the progress of the rapey therapy. Therapy. If you break down the word therapist, you're going to get the rapist. So, and so it can monitor the progress of the rapey or therapy, leading to better outcomes for patients. All right. Last one, Self. This is becoming even tougher to do. Let's tell the goyim and the people, uh, the employees, because we care. We're the top 1%, and we
Make you the best employee you could ever be.
And the first thing we think about when we get out of bed is how can we make this a better world for the disabled, mental illness slaves of the world. Like, this is what we do. But what are the potential benefits of thought reading technology in the workplace, Brother Wordsmith?
Oh, it would breed loyalty to the job. It would breed respect for the work and hard-working attitude and work ethic.
Yeah. We can identify those who want to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Yeah, and who wants to go home.
We could probably identify the ones who are truly ambitious.
Oh. You think they don't?
Yeah, they've been pulling those people to the side for a long time.
Yeah.
They have. All right, well, let me go ahead and get to their part, and then we're going to get into the potential destructive parts, because all those are serious uses that could be used. And so in the workplace, bro, what they're saying is thought reading tech can be used to enhance productivity and safety. And that's what gave me the idea for the board, safety, so all of your children can be in alignment. We can know exactly where they are. They're not running in the street. They can get hit by a car. They can get kidnapped by some evil dark guy, in the bushes. You know what I mean? We don't, how we feel about your children. For instance, it can monitor workers, Self. It can monitor slaves, workers, cognitive load, and their stress levels, helping to prevent burnout and improve overall well-being. So I imagine, just like in the indoctrination systems, this would be a tool for the management.
Yeah, well,
Positive. We're selling it.
It's going to make you the most productive that you can possibly be with the greatest of ease. It's going to help you accomplish your goals and what you're supposed to hit during your shift. And you're gonna leave it here when you go, though.
And we'll never use it to figure out their feelings on unions, or how they might feel in their hearts about upper management. There's going to be firewalls. There's going to be rules in place. There's going to be laws that we're going to set, very serious laws, so that anyone who abuses it, even one of us, will be treated with the most harshest punishment, because we believe in the sanctity of your privacy of your mind, but we're going to violate it just so that we can help you and make everything better, but we'll never use the technology. Now, we're almost there. I'm going to read what they're saying. In the workplace, thought reading technology can be used to enhance productivity and safety. For instance, it can monitor the slaves' cognitive load and stress levels, helping to prevent burnout and improve their overall well-being and homeostasis. It can also be used to optimize workflows by understanding how employees interact with tasks and identifying areas for improvement. So, it'll make the management's job easier. You'll be a lot more efficient with your employees. Everyone will be happier and a lot more productive, and this will be a better work.
The Slavs will get fed the information. They're gonna listen to the information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not fed. We're sorry about that. It might feed you for lunch, but
not Slavs. Labor.
Yeah. Well, Slavs, labor, employees, Slavs, slaves, whatever you want to call them. It's the same thing.
We're selling it.
Same thing.
All right.
So
now we're telling guys how they think. How thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods and the goyim. Phone lines are not open, but they are troll free, and that's why they're not open. Bad applications, potential bad applications.
Mind control.
How could thought reading technology be misused in terms of privacy?
Well, in terms of privacy or privacy, these Americans call it. I don't know what his privacy comes from. Americans, but whatever. They could just explore your thoughts. There's like Cosmo, a piece of TV said, and steal your ideas without force.
Without paying for
them. Yeah, and when I know that it's all around, and all the vibrations is there, and more than just us feel a vibration at a time. So, but this is taking it directly from your link to that. That's the problem.
And they won't have to pay for any of the literal intellectual property.
No.
He was never going to use it.
No, he was never there. He didn't have it. Here we had it. Here we came out with it. We had the patent for it. We had this for it. What do you mean?
Yeah. But let's sell it. But we're going to have a way that your thoughts will be stamped with the mark of the beast, so that if anyone gets your intellectual property, they'll have to pay you for it. They got to tell us that. But yeah, I agree with that, man. There's thoughts we have. What was that movie Tom Cruise was in? They were the thought police. Pre-crime.
That wasn't the name of it, but that's what that was the office he worked for.
He got caught up in a scenario, didn't
he? Man, he hit it though. What was it? I knew it earlier too. I'm like, damn, this is like that. And then you asked about it.
Well, if you had the technology,
it would have been right there.
Yeah, to tell you what you're trying to think about. And you wouldn't have to exercise your muscle and make it stronger and dig deep into your soul, what you're doing now, with your vibrations. You wouldn't have to do it at all. You can just bam.
A Minority Report.
Minority Report. So-called Minority Report.
But that's kind of how I am usually. People can ask me things, but if I think about it already, then it's a problem. It blocks. But if it's somebody else asking me something, I can just generally.
You can. Yeah, you're good at that.
But I already knew this. That's why I couldn't.
Well, let's use the internet as a model. How they track all of your search histories.
Yeah.
And
track all of your thoughts.
Yeah. Your thought history.
And it'd be like pre-crime. Be like Minority Report.
Yeah. Your thought history. Your thought history.
That's when they were telling us that they got this technology.
Imagine how they could use that.
22 years ago, that film came out.
Imagine how they can use your thought history against you. So,
they use your internet search history?
Yes. Yes. We got right here where, you were ogling, that lady, and you're married, and you know what I mean? And what if your wife shows up with this data right there? She'll win the divorce and have everything. Just because of a thought.
That doesn't hold up.
What do you mean?
I said that wouldn't hold up.
Thoughts are things.
They are things.
Yeah.
But in this case, most time they're imaginary things. They
Yeah.
do have a frequency,
Yes.
and they do
Yes.
exist,
Yes.
but it's not.
But it's why it's private. It's why it
that-
should be private. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for it to be put in the public. That's for sure.
yeah. Thought reading technology could pose significant privacy risks if misused. Unauthorized access to someone's brain data could reveal sensitive personal information, thoughts, and emotions. This could lead to invasive surveillance where individuals' mental states are monitored without their consent, potentially violating their cognitive liberty. Yeah. You know, you can out people self. You know what I mean? I mean, FBI would love this tool. That's what, basically, that's, what they're all about. Are you saying
They've been loving this tool for a long time.
big ups to the CIA and the spooks?
Nope. No ups.
You got to give them some ups.
No.
They conspired against the
They're not
honorable.
all bad, but yeah, it's
They
large.
allegedly conspired against the Nation of Islam and the honorable rest of soul Malcolm X. Created a whole lot of confusion. Used people that look like you and me, you know what I mean, to pull the trigger. But then they'll come out later and apologize and investigate, and so they get ups for that. Telling the truth 50 years later when they had to. No ups.
No ups.
They don't get ups for that. All right.
No ups.
All right. They make you feel safe. Don't they make you feel safe?
Shit.
They're going after the KKK and all of the real
Oh,
criminals.
they still exist, so no.
All right. There's no KKK in the FBI, is it?
Yes.
All right. But they're not at the top. They're at the lower realms. They're the slaves. They're not at the Bilderberger conferences, are they?
No, most of them, the KKK people, top ones, yes.
Yeah.
The people that run over it, they're not the,
I got what you're
the
saying.
Grand Arrow or any of that guy. But
Grand
they're the guy
Poobah,
that tells him what to what to do.
Yeah. All right. What are the potential risks of thought reading technology in the workplace? We just told the people, all the benefits.
It's the reverse, that they can make you more productive. They can control your thought.
Yeah. What do you mean? They can make you say, first thing I do when I get out of bed is think about how I can make my bosses the most money.
That's
Stephen A. Smith. How I can make my bosses rich.
I don't know about that. That's something a little.
Oh, I'd love to program
extra.
that into my slaves.
Right, but that's a little extra. This is what we're talking about is a low level of it where they just put a thing on your head when you get to work and make you more productive.
Anybody working for me, bro, I want them to have that. I tell them you're gonna get that vibration. You okay with that? You know what I'm saying? We'll pay extra $5 an hour for it. I want that to be the first thing you think about.
You want to get them the implant.
Yeah.
So, and then if you stop working for us, we'll shut it off. And they won't never shut it off, but
they'll never shut it off. They'll always have access.
Yeah. It'll be easier for them to Manchurian whoever they want.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really think about that. Employers might misuse this data to make unfair decisions about hiring, promotions, disciplinary action based on employees' mental states rather than their actual performance. You know what I mean? You could be sitting there self and thoughts you be having when you're sitting across from a person and they're interviewing you. You know what I mean? Like, you imagine if they had access to that. All right, go ahead, Self. You're some, I don't want to say faggot, but you're some you're some drop dead gorgeous. You're some drop dead gorgeous pink guy interviewing me for a position. And I'm sitting here and I'm having thoughts. What is this fucking faggot talking about? I mean, I'm just saying, that's what I be having, like, you know what I mean? He doesn't know shit about me. And they're sitting there telling you shit. Imagine if they had access to all those thoughts.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a lot of jobs. if they made that relative to the public, because you know, I don't know, because even owners of places would lose. Eventually, some customers or some people that like, I wish this motherfucker would never come back, type shit. You know what I mean?
And you get desensitized to it.
All access to it. Motherfuckers be walking around like robots. Couldn't think shit. Couldn't think shit. And it'd be like that other movie, damn, where they were straight up making people disappear for their thoughts if they slight it.
Well, that's in that book that's down there, 1984, George Orwell. Recommended reading during my indoctrination at Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray School. Did they recommend that at common public schools, you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't know, though. I didn't go to any of those.
Right. I know you didn't, but yeah. So I asked you if you think.
No. And no.
Maybe. We'll have to ask somebody
else. Because before, while we were in
you.
school, teachers could teach and they could introduce
that
books.
Generation right before us.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
They could introduce books and be
Yeah.
influenced. They were really trying to address the students, and they were trying to do it individually and all that. And then some
What
point
happened to them?
after us, it's been adjusted where you teach to a test. And
What happened to them?
this
Those
is your
teachers?
curriculum. They passed on. I mean, as everything, as everybody does.
They ran them into the ground. They maligned them. They made them in charge of the short bus classes. It didn't matter. This is what they were doing, bro. They tried to make them quit early is what they were doing. They put them in like you be qualified to be teaching honors, math, and they got you, you're in class and everybody throwing shit at you, and you're older, and you're going to retire early. They ran them off is what I'm trying to say.
Eventually they passed on anyway, even if they were able to stay in their level of influence. I know they did a lot of them, like you're saying, but some were able to retire without that, so to say.
Yeah.
But the people that came after them, they put them under a different set of standards. It was automatically an adjustment. And
they were indoctrinated.
To your point, that's why they put those people on the burner and showed the people that was coming in what happens when you do great teaching.
Yeah, they replaced that great teacher that you were talking about and put them in the slow classes, and they replaced them with some young up-and-coming superstar with the new indoctrination. You're right. Yeah. It happened. We saw it, though. Like we were students during the time of that changeover, kind of.
I personally didn't quite feel that.
Yeah, you
right, because I wasn't. And the schools I went to.
You don't think Leo was part of the if you don't think the
cat, but I didn't learn anything at Leo except for how to socialize with people. I knew all of that information before I got
about the holy cat. They've been praying to cats since the Egyptians.
Well, I'm just saying, I knew all the information I needed to know before I got to Leo. Leo was a social experiment for me and to expand. Really?
No, I hear you.
I didn't learn nothing academically.
Yeah.
I mean, the religion, I guess, but I kind of knew some of that from.
Yeah, but you were sitting in there listening to that indoctrination like the rest of us.
Yeah. The religious part, I didn't believe it, but I knew all of that other shit already. So I was already indoctrinated before I got there. So that was part of the problem. I was indoctrinated before I got there.
Yeah, we all were. You know what I mean? We all were. How could thought, but yeah, that's what we're talking about though. And then they rewarded though. Yes, this is the arc of your career, if you play the game right. And otherwise, if you're talking like that, we're gonna have you over there.
That's where they separate you now in the schools at third grade. If you fail in the third grade, they predicting you to go to prison and putting you on that route.
Oh, the pre-prison route.
Yes.
The school to prison pipeline.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
But
start
with the
feeding you
thought
different information.
But with the thought technology, well, we're right there right now. How
Yes.
could thought reading technology impact law enforcement out there? We're not selling. We should have sold it earlier on law enforcement. Yeah, sell it first. Sell it first, since we didn't have it up there with depositing. Sell it first, and then tell us what you don't like.
We can help you to become the best you can become. You want to take all of your thoughts and sort through that, feed you the information you need to succeed, and you're going to be one of the best and the brightest.
Yeah, that's the best you can come up with.
Yeah,
I hear you. It's
that's all
good.
it is.
That's the best you can come up with. I mean, you'll know. I guess I don't know.
If I'm trying to sell this,
It's tough.
You know,
all right.
My spirit is having a hard time selling.
Okay, I'll sell it. I'll sell it. We'll know the criminals. The one that's thinking about breaking in your house and stealing your personal stuff. We'll be able to identify this son of a bitch, and we'll be waiting outside for him. You know what I mean? Pistol whip him and stick our sticks that we're not allowed to carry anymore, but we got them in the trunk. You know what I mean? Or and abuse the shit out of him, and then he takes that's why he's gonna look so crazy when they take those. It's a morbid thing when they make you take that. What they got mug shot. Yeah, you've been abused, and yeah. Yeah, they're getting off on that. Some of them, but yeah, no. So that's how it could potentially help law enforcement. Meaning, they could pre-crime you. They could prevent crime.
No, you can't arrest people for their thoughts. There can't be no thought police.
Well, we arrest them for their threats.
Now, threats are something expelled out their self that somebody else can naturally perceive.
That's
now your thoughts are something completely different. It has not happened in this reality.
Are you telling me there's a
thing?
There's a difference between me saying, "I'll shoot this son of a bitch in his penis," as opposed to me saying it out loud to him? Are you telling me that somehow there's legally
complete difference?
And I disagree. Now, I think if I shot the son of a bitch, if I had a gun and I said it, that's different. But I think it's freedom of expression. Now, I think I disagree with what our laws, the way they're written in that. Disagree. Go ahead, though.
Okay, I mean that's how the laws are written, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I disagree with the law. That hasn't always been the law. That was like a
but you got no business.
The Bilderbergers,
you got no business
threatening people.
I don't think so. You know how I roll. I don't threaten anybody. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's not going to come out of my mouth beforehand.
Right. So people are going to jail for woofing.
But there are people that follow through.
Correct.
With what they say.
Just like people who are thinking, there are people who follow through on what they're thinking.
Yeah, but thinking is not been espoused out loud to where anybody else could hear it naturally.
And you're okay with it. So I
think that's different.
I think it shouldn't be a crime.
We think a lot of things that, goddammit, you would
I think
never
it shouldn't be a crime
and you
until
would
it
never
happens.
do.
Correct. Same thing with threats. You know how many people have threatened me? I haven't called the police and been like, "Oh, man, he threatened me."
I know that, but I mean, the way the law.
I haven't even done it. Like you woof it. That's what I say. You just woof it.
Right. So you didn't believe them, but there are people that actually threaten people and actually follow through.
Well, that's the difference. There's many people who, you're probably right about that, but I think I don't know. It's not wise out here to be threatening people.
Anyway, because if you threaten somebody, they might do something to you.
They might actually feel threatened.
Yes, and do something to you.
But threatening people should not be a crime in my mind.
Well,
he threatened me. It's a police report. Let me tell you how I grew up. When I grew up, it was just a police report. It's an incident report. They wrote it up. Nobody went to jail for that. They wrote it up and they knew, you know what I'm saying? They will monitor it. That was it, man.
It depends on who
shit is
it
a felony now, bro.
It depends on who it was.
And you're arguing for it.
Back then, I'm saying it depends on who it was and who you said it to. It depends. It's how this system is. I'm looking at reality.
Yeah, you're arguing for the system.
I'm arguing that my laws, my personal laws, is you don't threaten anybody because you do what you're gonna do. You don't tell anybody what you're going to do.
But you
So
agree with people going to jail just based off threats?
no, I agree that you should never threaten anybody.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
all I'm saying.
I think most people would agree to
And
that.
I'm saying,
I think we wouldn't even be having this debate if that was
right.
the
And I'm
concept.
saying my personal beliefs is you don't threaten anybody, and I'm
Right.
going to jail and all of that.
Right,
You
but
know,
this started when we were talking about law enforcement using your thoughts, right?
yeah, and your thoughts are
and
different
making
than
it,
something you say out of your mouth.
in your opinion.
Absolutely.
And I say something you say out of your mouth is different from something that you actually do.
It is. All of that is.
And that's where that's the crime. I can't be sending people to jail because somebody was sensitive or afraid, because somebody might have made a threat that was just woof it. It depends. I guess it wasn't a law before, and there was a reason why it wasn't a law, just like there was a reason why it became a law. And a lot of this has to do with that damn Patriot Act, taking away freedoms from people, bro. You know, now we got to get into what is a threat.
There wasn't a whole lot of threats when you could open carry. So that's why it wasn't always a law.
Nature, the nature of a threat. Like, what is a threat? You know what I mean?
That's
people
why
have,
it wasn't a law. I'm just saying. That's why I said that.
People, right. And so, like, somebody says to me, "Hey, be safe out here." You know, I could take that as a threat. You know what I mean? Watch your back. You know, like, but I guess they got laws for that. But I'm way
Be
off.
safe is a little different than watch your back, but I hear you.
Yes, it's you know what I mean? Right. It becomes interpretation. And personal feelings. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't feel threatened by that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mean he was serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Once he did something, yeah, lock his ass up. You know? I don't know. But we were at what I was asking you, bro, before we get on the solutions. How could this thought reading technology impact law enforcement and criminal justice? This is what we're trying to get into. And the negative side.
I mean, it could be more of the same of what's going on, but a lot more efficient. They could set it up where they just reeling them in, whoever they want.
Correct.
Because of their thoughts. And nothing's ever happened, but you know.
And they won't be necessarily doing it to everyone, right?
No, of course it's going to be set up along the same algorithm of successful people on the planet. You know, these people right now that is running this situation want a certain demographic to look like they're running it and in charge.
He talked about the drop dead gorgeous. Smart.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing nobody of color has done for the history of mankind. I'm talking about according to them.
Yeah, still drop dead gorgeous.
This comes out of their mouth. Well, I mean, it's Hollywood and Disney and everything. But Disney's starting to change because they're replacing us with the mic. Yeah, exactly. They're building a burger. They don't have to, but it's all part
they
of it.
have to.
Well, it's all part of it.
They've got a negative birth rate. So if they don't move on to somebody else, it's going to pass with them. And they are combining with some melanated people to stay here as long as they can, but they have to change the narrative. Otherwise, they're out of there.
The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN, but they are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. So, yeah, we can't confirm or deny if TATN and their affiliates agree with 100% of what he just said. Okay? Because it's none of your business. But if they had thought invasive technology,
they would know, and they would be able to put it out wherever they want.
Now, the problem is when they make a law that says that these thoughts are criminal. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I was taking you. Yes. It's a slippery slope we've been on, damn it. Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
I'm just saying, there's a complete difference between
now
thinking something and saying something.
Well, it's not. You know,
it is.
You know how many people say, man, you know how many people say, man, I'm gonna quit my job today, and they don't. You know how many people say, man, I'm gonna quit smoking today, and they don't. They say it out of their mouth. They say, how many people say, you know what I mean? You know,
And thinking it and then saying it is a step towards producing it.
you sound like them. You
No, I
sound like
don't. I
them.
got a song, man. I said, I take thoughts to words and words to flesh.
Yes.
These are the tools I use to manifest.
Yes, but it's not a crime.
I mean,
what you're saying, it's not a crime.
I know you should control yourself.
The action is the crime. Now, according to the Bible, the thoughts is the crime, is the sin.
Right.
I'm saying it's all programming.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of opinion, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But the God in me, I feel like I have issue. Well, I don't have issue. It's a sin. It's the difference between a sin and a crime.
It's all indoctrination.
In my mind, the difference between a sin and a crime. Yeah, so in law enforcement, man, like, you know, you have the right to remain silent, all of that, like the Miranda laws, like, bro, there's none of that. There's none of that innocent to proven guilty. There's none of that. Basically, that's how Jeff Fort got. It's a little different, but that's how they took down the nation, bro.
And created some shit.
They never shot down
They
the plane.
created the Rico shit
For him. Yeah, they never shot down the
for him and the mafia and motherfucker who else that they couldn't touch because they weren't doing nothing themselves.
Yeah, but again,
it's scapulous.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. And this
I
is
agree
me.
with you fundamentally because I don't like what they did to Blagojevich because he just talked about doing something and
Just
he got
talking shit.
a serious ass
That's what I'm saying.
long one of the longest fucking for talking about something.
For
I
talking
agree with
shit.
you fundamentally.
For expressing itself. Now, there's difference when you could tell me that, okay, this guy, he went out and bought a gun. Here's his plan he drew up. You know what I mean? And he's been watching you, and here's him here's the pictures he took of you coming out of work, leaving your house and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And here's, that's different. That's a crime. All right. In my mind. Like, I don't think we should have to wait necessarily for him to actually shoot at me.
Right. So I mean, we're on the same
wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want somebody to say, "I'll fuck you up." After at a basketball game, going to jail for threatening them. You know
Some
what I mean?
pink kid can call the police if you're in a pink neighborhood. You're out there being a token, and you're yes, and he's in jail. Yes,
that's no, I don't agree with that. Of course.
Now, we were talking about the bad applications, right? So I'm in agreement with you. Everything you said here, and the risk of law enforcement. While thought reading tech could aid in criminal investigations, it also raises ethical concerns. There's a risk of false positives where innocent individuals might be wrongly accused based on misinterpreted the brain data. Like, how do we know somebody's just typing words on the screen? I don't know. It's not Karen back there.
I mean, like we said, if it can go both ways, if they can read it, they can put it in the mind. So they can put a whole group of people doing crime.
Yes. But I'm saying, how do I know? I'm sitting there, self, you know what I mean? And how do I know they don't have a Karen back there typing up, this is what this guy's thinking? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I understand what you said. I'm saying worse than that.
I understood that.
What he's thinking.
Yes.
And then record it.
And then using it against me.
Yes.
Pumping the thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's thinking after inputting the thought.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, they're both awful. That's awful. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And who do you think they're going to be using this technology against? The poor and so-called stupid. And they'll use it against some rich people. who they deem is going against the grain. Now, additionally,
they'll set up whoever they want to set up.
Yeah, they still do it. Without this is just a tool that's going to make it a lot easier.
It so people think it is more real.
Yeah, it's like DNA evidence. I always questioned that. The scientists went back there and said without knowing, fuck them. I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I have to trust what they're saying. I believe in DNA science, but I have to trust that they're not just railroading me.
Man, especially when there are examples that it's happened. You know, that one lady, she was 300, 400 cases.
I didn't hear about that. Go up,
we talked about it. I got to go.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we talked about that. And she was testifying. They had to let so many people go. And she was just faking it.
You guys like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building. And big ups to Midwest Festivals. And big ups to Winnie and the Bud out there. Those are the sponsors. Never get to them, but I'm trying. No, when we hired this white girl, we could have hired a Indian. We could have hired a Kamala Harris type. At least she would be black.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
I found her. Yvonne Woods.
You know, excuse me for saying so, but
I'm sorry, I can't interrupt them.
Transparent.
That's ignorant. I'm just cold.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. All right. Colorado Bureau of Investigation finds DNA scientists manipulated data in hundreds of cases over decades.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yvonne Woods, a lab agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, points to a DNA chart during Diego Amos Alcage trial on June 22nd, 2009. Manipulated in hundreds of cases. They had let lots of people go. She was just making up the shit. She'd get there, and they, give her the DNA or whatever, and she'd put it on who she wanted to put it on.
And when you have a lot of money and you're gonna have to pay though. And then you're gonna have an attorney who's aware of this type of data that this brother is bringing to our attention. They'll be able to pay, which is probably how they got caught. They did it to the wrong one. They'll be able to pay someone to do their own lab investigation and be like, oh,
Wow.
this lady's spewing complete nonsense.
This has nothing to what?
A monkey would have known that
Anybody that does this for real.
Wow. And she just was assuming they was guilty. It's quicker for her to not do the work. She can go out and drink.
Hundreds of cases.
Yeah, but she can hang out.
Hundreds of cases.
Now she don't have to do the work though. She can just hang out all day.
Oh, who should it be? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what the evidence is pointing to? Okay.
Yeah. Y'all law enforcement?
She was, man. Hundreds of cases, bro. I don't know if we talked about her name before, but I know we talked about this before.
This is TATN. And this is big ups King AK-47. I don't know if he's law enforcement, if he's trolling or what. But I'll tell you what, Self. This is the type of shit here. Fair use. They're doing this for educational purposes. He'd have been on a short bus head, right? You can't sit in class like that with tattoos all over.
Saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
He would have never stayed at Ray a day.
I'm just cold. No, they're ignorant.
They'd have moved him out of there day one. Who's this guy coming in here with these tattoos on him?
Oh, you're saying he wouldn't have to say nothing. The tattoos would have said
no, yes, everything would have been like, oh, day one.
Man, I used to walk past those classes. That's just how they be sitting in there. Because a lot of them didn't belong in there. They were just in there because they had tattoos on their face. And they were probably like, man, this is bullshit. Why am I? Why are they telling me about all these drop dead courses, white people and all this?
This dumb shit.
Shit. Ain't gonna
Do you
make
know
me
where
no
I
money.
live at?
Right. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Shit. You know?
But generally, people that lived in those areas couldn't go to Ray anyway. So if they got there, they'd have been investigating their whole residency and all of
Yeah.
that.
They follow you
Oh
home.
man.
Bro,
Yes.
we had legal residency and they would double check it and
Yeah.
triple check it. And
I'm just saying.
to my grandfather, he came up there.
Yeah, and let them have it.
And let me tell you something. He's like you. He's quiet. He does his science, rest his soul. Man, wouldn't talk a lot at the family events. You know what I mean? Had his little drink, you know. Yeah. Fucked with his family. He showed up there himself
Man.
and went ham, and we never had a problem after that. In
No.
fact, I was living around the bookies for like the last 3 years, and they didn't mess with me at Ray after he came up there and went in. Because you know what he told him? You're not doing it to these ish people.
Yeah. And he had a name.
Well, yeah.
He had a congregation.
And he owned property.
Yes. And goddamn it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Not to mine.
Correct.
So they knew that you were blessed and you were, had an ancestry and you wasn't just a pookie.
Yeah. He's like, you're not doing this to the others.
Period.
See, that's it. And that was me. You're on the court. I don't mind you calling this bullshit down here, but you're not gonna not call this same bullshit down there.
Man.
I can't stomach it.
Man. Yeah, it's not gonna happen like that out there.
Yeah. So, additionally, to use this technology in interrogations, it could be seen as a violation of the right to privacy and could lead to coerced confessions, is what you were talking about. A pumping unit. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that, so. Damn. They could be pumping you vibrations that make you say stuff. What are the ethical concerns regarding the use of thought reading technology in marketing? We just did a big show on marketing last week. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, we know it's at a rate where if you say something around your computer or your phone,
great point.
It's already, putting it in way.
Great point.
So, it'll be just further than that.
Yeah.
What you thinking about.
What they think you're thinking about.
Which sometimes it is. Because no, they have this technology, bro. I'm telling you. They got
it's
it
an
both
algorithm.
ways.
It can
They got
read
it
your
both
tendencies.
ways.
Yeah, yes.
It's more advanced than the algorithm. It is a system. It's not an algorithm. An algorithm is in process and all of that. This thing is automatic and they got it. It's similar to what people that's not from, or I don't want to say people, beings that's not from this realm, how they communicate with us. But there's not a control device. There's a interpreterness between, because it's the same vibration no matter what. And how we interpret it might be different than how they interpret it. So it's very deep. They have it.
So how are they using it?
They are putting ideas in people's heads. I mean, I know that I've had some thoughts that was not me. Like, what? So I think they are broadcasting stuff and information.
They definitely could use it in that way. And to your point, like you said, you might just be talking to someone and all of a sudden it's in your search, you're getting emails from people trying to sell you whatever you were talking about.
Yes.
And we're going to get into ways that, there's always ways to manipulate it. Like there's ways the reason why a lie detector is inadmissible in court is not because it can't truly detect when the goyem is lying. If you knew how to manipulate, if you knew how it worked, you could manipulate it where it couldn't detect you lying.
Besides that, if you have enough money or a certain amount of money, you can pay the people that created the lie detector to come say that it's bullshit.
Like that lady with the DNA.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people that made the lie detector come and they'll, for
First of all, why would you ever sit down and take that? Why? Why? But if you are going to sit down and take it, they're going to ask you questions. And then so if they ask you, they're going to ask you what they call going to ask you some baseline questions.
Yeah, so you can manipulate the whole thing from there.
Yeah, we're going to ask you so you can get your readings. We're going to ask you some baseline questions. So then when you're getting those baseline questions, what you want to do is when they ask you, so is Tory Wordsmith a good friend of yours? When you answer yes, think about an enemy. Right? Okay. When they ask you, are we sitting here about to take a lie detector test? The baseline questions. You have to think the lie as you're saying. This is why Self Love and I are having a little bit of disagreement on the part about what a person is saying versus what they are doing. That's what's wrong with all of these politicians. But yeah, there's ways to beat the lie detector test, but it starts with the baseline questions. See, then when you go from the baseline questions and they start asking you the meat of the case, well, it's going to be the same readings when they ask you, hey, did you steal all the money out of the bank vault? And you're going to say, no. And it's going to be the same baseline readings that they got when they ask you, is Brother Wordsmith your brother? And you thought about the enemy and you said, yes. You didn't learn anything from the show today. That's why lie detectors are not admissible in court, because those who made it know how to beat it. Then you show up to court and the cops are so dumb self, they don't expect you to have this knowledge and they clear you. Yeah, he took the lie detector test. He took the lie detector test, so we cleared him. He passed it without fail. Yeah. But ethical concerns with the marketer. Marketers could exploit through thought reading technology to gain insights. According to Brother Wordsmith, they can pump insights into the consumer's subconscious, back behind your everyday thoughts, back there in your subconscious, so that you wake up and you say, the first thing I want to do when I get out of bed is I'm going to go on a Rodeo Drive and spend all my money on bullshit products. Subconscious preferences and desires. This could lead to manipulative advertising practices where individuals are being targeted with highly personalized ads to influence their purchasing decisions without their conscious. What's happening now? That's why we have the self-love vision, stupid. Without their conscious awareness. Such practices could undermine consumer autonomy and lead to ethical concerns about manipulation and consent. And speaking of consent, oh, now we're in a whole nother realm. Sexual consent stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole. Shit might be a dinosaur hole. Shit,
yeah, I mean,
might not be big enough.
Are you telling me you could be sitting in front of the Baphomet and it can be pumping thoughts in your mind? And next, it makes you want to have bum sex. Not saying you wouldn't be strong enough to be like, oh, but are you telling me that that's what they're doing?
Well, actually, you're not going to be in
In
that
front of the
position
Baphomet if you haven't already.
if you haven't espoused that you're regular.
Not espoused. Yeah, they got to have you on tape. Big up, Speed.
Yeah, espoused that that's espousement to me. It's not out of your mouth. It's
you guys. P Diddy is just
into the bum.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Into the bum.
Yeah, he's a tool. When you hear P Diddy's story, how he made it and left Howard.
Yeah, he was done the way he be doing.
Yeah, he was a little prostitute, in my opinion, allegedly. And he came off that way the whole time to any men who was following that whole thing. And then when you read his story, you're like, oh, yeah. He sounded like, anyway, a heterosexual guy. But not judging his lifestyle, but I've had people tell me stuff. They're rainbow people. Like, yeah, you just got to fuck your way to the top. And they be like, I don't realize. And they literally be saying to me, I don't realize more people just don't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm not into bum sex. You know what I mean?
Fluid people.
Yeah.
That's,
But that's what I tell them. Like, what do you mean? That ain't that crazy? Ain't that not crazy? But we've gone from heterosexual people saying, I don't realize how people do gay shit, to gay people saying, I don't realize why everybody just doesn't do gay shit.
They've been doing it all along, dude. That's the thing. The so-called heterosexual people ain't been heterosexual. At least the ones that's been put before us, in front of us.
Yeah, like Diddy. You used to see him jumping around, and all of a sudden everybody's wearing their pants falling down. You know what I mean? Showing their drawers and shit. Yeah, that was Diddy. Diddy. He show up at his house. I ain't gonna pile on Diddy, man, because he's just a tool. He's a distraction. Right during the election. So we went through ethical concerns. Any other issues that you could think of? Because I just thought about like consent between men and women sexually, but like anything else that we haven't covered that you say, like, man, I wouldn't want my grandkids to be dealing with this shit.
Consent, it can be wiped out. I mean, it's mind control.
Whoa.
At its worst.
Can they erase memories of potentially erase memories of who you love and who your family is, and then pump in new memories of who you love and who your family?
Yeah, can give you a whole new perspective. You won't know none of that. Can split you. And it can split you. Some of these people that got these multiple personalities and all of that.
Could this be why you look at some people who look like us, but then they sound like they're in the KKK?
Well, yeah, and all kinfolk, all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
But could they be finding them and just using them as? I'm not saying all of them, but could they be using this technology on some of them? And then they have them come out like Plies and say that black men shouldn't question black women who aren't even black, who are running for office and want your vote.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Plies. I mean, like I said, he had some videos and stuff.
What kind of name is that any fucking way? Go ahead.
Hey, I don't know. No disrespect to Plies.
Sounds like Plowed.
I just, I didn't see the video, and he's.
Oh yeah. I meant to go ahead. I want to hear your honest opinion, because then I'm going to bring the video up. Karen, pull that video up.
I haven't seen the video or what have you. I haven't listened to his music, and I don't know what he said in this, but I don't always agree with everything he said, but he said some things that was on point, and I don't follow him or any of that, so I don't have a clue as what is going on.
And that's well said. And big up the sponsors. I'm pulling this up. And big ups to Pink Book, because I'm going to have to pull it off our channel. Big up the sponsors there, fella. Who's sponsoring the show? We need some filler here. Give us some filler while we're doing
we got Midwest festivals, and they always on deck. And we got
I know.
87.1, is that it? Nearly in the butt. There's something in the butt. What is it? Weenie in the butt. Weenie in the butt.
All right.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're fine. And I'm actually gonna show it to you, because it's unfair to even ask you questions.
That's still though. I haven't seen a lot in Plies in a while, so we'll see.
I don't even know where this guy came from. Are you getting this?
Somewhere in the country. I told you I ain't heard his music.
But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who
Is he gay?
If Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people.
He disappeared.
Stop asking the mother black woman to explain herself to you.
He disappeared.
First off, she's not black. She's an Indian woman.
There we go.
And as the VP and candidate for president, she's supposed to answer questions, but obviously she's been dodging everybody's
Look like me and
bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's jump into it.
Hey, she be going hard.
Just real quick. But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quick to, if Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people.
Hey, just listen.
If he's high, y'all.
Stop asking the mother black woman to explain herself to you, or explain herself to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man, this motherfucking explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you.
This is what you call playing stupid and expecting for everybody else to follow along. We can't be talking about the same white man who showed up to the black journalist event. Over 1,000 black people in there. 3 black women sat on the panel and he answered all their questions. The same event that Kamala declined to show up to. She dodged them. That was over a month ago. She has yet to sit down with any of those journalists. And not just them, any media. In the last month though, her opponent, he's done press conferences, interviews, she's done zero, nada, nothing. So while you're setting this up like black men can't ask her questions, well, what about black women and everybody else? It sounds like nobody is supposed to ask her a question because she's dodging everybody.
Oh, the mother black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community. She want my vote, she need to explain herself.
Yes, Kamala the cosplaying chameleon, running cosplaying as a black American woman, she's going to have to tell black Americans what she's going to do for our votes, especially with people like you.
Go ahead.
She's definitely on point with some of what she says. So, you know, we got some commentary about this, and, you know, it's fair use.
Oh, yeah, it is fair use.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know.
I agree with what you say. You got to cut a check because he's just spewing nonsense.
I mean, look at his face right there. He's carrying on like this was a sister.
Yeah.
That came up in the trenches. You know, you knew her. She grew up like this is Michelle Obama. That's how he's carrying on. That's how he's carrying on. And Michelle Obama wouldn't fucking be carrying on like Kamala, in my opinion.
Shaming black people, saying they
be
have
talking. That's for sure.
Yeah, because she'd be having these conversations with around real black people, even though, you know, she's at the Bilderberger and, you know what I mean? You know, but what they like to do is separate you from those people. That's one of the first things they do. Separate you from those people.
Have to vote for her because she's black.
You ain't motherfucking asking the white man to explain this motherfucking stuff. You too motherfucking scared to ask him.
I don't know what Plies is talking about. Black people are not afraid to ask questions to Donald Trump, and apparently he's not afraid to show up and answer them.
Look, I want to talk about why you're here today.
Watch how...
I think I did see this clip or something.
This is so disrespectful. No, I won't say that. It's so unprofessional. If you call yourself a fucking journalist. Even what's the alpha's name? The super alpha. He was in the stands like, he lied.
Rolling.
Yeah, rolling bullshit.
I mean, it is not lost on us how divided we are as a country. And as you were coming today, we really got to see that we are divided along the lines of race, along the lines of gender. And there is this question of, in this moment where we are, why come here? What is your message today?
My message is to stop people from invading our country that are taking, frankly, a lot of problems with it. But one of the big problems, and a lot of the journalists in this room I know and I have great respect for, a lot of the journalists in this room are black. I will
Now he's going to say they're taking black jobs. They're going to get offended and turn this into a racist comment.
Tell you that coming
This is a former president.
from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a black job, sir?
A black job is anybody that has a job.
Why doesn't she know that?
Because the Democratic Party
Go ahead.
it infuses race into almost everything. And he's talking to black people. That's why he's telling about black jobs. If he was in somewhere else, he'd have said white jobs. It's all the white people. You know? You know?
But he's there.
Period. And somebody didn't come.
Okay. All right.
Job. That's what it is. Anybody that has a job.
All right.
And
Mr. President,
they're taking the
He'd have
employment
been a
away
short
from
bus.
black people. They're coming in, and they're invading. It's an invasion of millions of people, probably 15, 16, 17 million people. I have a feeling it's much more than that. And everybody's been seeing what's happened. The first group of people, the black population, is affected most by that. And Kamala is allowing it to happen. She's the border czar. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world. There's never.
Have you disagreed with one thing he said right now?
No, man.
Maybe the borders are stuff like I haven't done enough research.
Well, I think she was supposed to be, but you know, I don't.
She was in charge of it, but I'm saying the stuff he's saying about she's the worst. This is the worst the border's ever been. You know, I don't have enough information for that, but you have to assume he's not making it up.
I mean, if it's an invasion, which I think we've called it on a couple of occasions.
Your boy Obama deported most of them in the history.
Ever. And that was before the border was open.
Yeah. So I guess they're trying to apologize. They're all working for the Bilderberger.
Borders are like this. She's never even essentially been. She said she was there once, but not the right part of the border. So she was a border czar. She's done a horrible job. These people are coming into our country, and they're taking black jobs and Hispanic jobs, and frankly, they're taking union jobs. Unions are being very badly affected by all of the millions of people that are pouring into our country.
I remember that week, the whole black jobs comment was the biggest criticism that black people have for Trump. So he showed up to a room full of black people, and those black women, they posed a question to him. Now, where's the so-called black woman that's really an Indian woman? Where is she to answer any questions?
Somebody need to explain something.
Here he is.
Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the fucking president. That's why. When you go to the McDonald's, that lady that's the motherfucking manager, she don't get to do what the she want to do. She might can give you some motherfucking fries, but that's about it.
Funny because she was able to help get her people over $26 billion in 2023 alone. Federal money, the most ever allocated to the AAPI community. Wow. In the last 2 fiscal years, 22 and 23, they received nearly $45 billion.
Go ahead, man. Get some fair use chatter. Go ahead.
Wow, that's what I'm saying, because this is news to me. I ain't really paid no attention because, you know, how I feel about it.
Well, according to Pink Book and some other people, what's your boy name? Tariq. Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah. And what's the other one? He's building the school. Frederick Douglass.
Umar.
Yeah. And people vouted him. Like, so say if we had a bigger platform, we had like 50,000, they would have sent us a script and offers us a check, and just come out here and read whatever it is that they're doing. And people have come on the internet outing them. So I don't know, maybe he's got a check. And if that's it, man, like you should say, like, it's a reason why they be like, this is endorsed by such and such. So you don't come out looking like a bitch and a pussy, and then people have opinions like, is he gay? Is he on drugs? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I have a right for that. I'm gonna listen to this shit.
Like, what are you talking about? On top of that, as the vice president, she's also the president of the Senate, which means she's equipped with a deciding vote. That's what gave us the Inflation Reduction Act that only exacerbated our problems. Oh yeah, and how can you forget in 2021, President Biden appointed her over the border? And we all see what a mess that is. What he's doing right now is just running interference.
Some free fries, that's about all she can fucking do, but she can't change the price of that mother.
This motherfucker's talking about free fries at McDonald's, bro. And she can't change the price. First of all, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Anybody who's been in management, all you can get is fries, huh? But what? And then people are arguing that she has more experience, and then the other guy's literally allegedly been president already.
Yeah, so she got more experience than him. He's actually been president.
Now, they mean career political experience, but she won't get out here and talk about. And everyone's saying this.
Yeah, I mean,
she goes to the pep rallies.
And the speech is the same speech.
It's like a concert. Hey.
Yeah, but no sit down, answer questions.
Man, y'all miss y'all boat, bro. Next election cycle, man, ancestral echoes, y'all got to get the Democrats out there, bro. They're going to put on a good show out there, probably pay for everything, come out there self, and then, we let them do their thing, and then, damn it, they're gone. You know what I mean? They're gone. I'll tell you what, they built some walls and fences down there. Well, I didn't see it, but they had walls and fences built down for DNC to keep the people out there.
Oh, man, they had it. Boy, I thought Lollapalooza was something.
Yeah.
I ain't even want to go down there for that. I was like, oh my God. One time, that's all it took. And it was before it started. I was like, no, I'm not going down there at all.
That's the same thing Big A said.
Quarter pound up there. Oh, that motherfucking Big Mike. That ain't that motherfucking lady White House.
Funny how that San Francisco DA office and the California AG office, that was solely hers. But she won't come out and answer questions about that either.
She just like the motherfucker. You motherfucker fall in line. Now, if you can get some motherfucking free fries out every now and again, you get some motherfucking free fries out.
This is cooning,
but y'all motherfucking know this. Most of y'all, but y'all just want something to motherfucking say. Now, if she was if she was the president and didn't do something, then that's a whole different fucking ballgame.
That's what our argument.
She wasn't.
And it's the dumbest argument we've had forever.
Yeah, we haven't had it forever. But go ahead.
Well,
it's been,
I mean,
how long has it been? But it hasn't been forever because we used to get shit for while we were voting. Allegedly.
Not as a whole, but people say we got the most
civil rights.
When Clinton is when they was really saying.
Yeah, well, even before that, it's the whole reason why when we switched to the Democrats, you know what I mean? We was getting shit.
Well, locally, definitely.
Well, we was getting like rights and military. They was doing symbols. They was doing symbols like,
right.
No more racism in the military and all that shit.
Fuck the military in the closet. They put the racism in the closet in the military.
Yeah, you couldn't publicly call us niggas, shit like that. We get to drink out of the same water fountains as a Drop Dead Gorgeous. We get to shop at their stores and ignore, our brother and sister selling their products. We get to run.
But y'all just want something to mother say.
We get to run to McDonald's.
Now, she was if she was the president and didn't do something, then that's a whole different fucking ballgame.
She wasn't the president, but she was the vice president and didn't do nothing. She was the AG and didn't do nothing. She was a DA and didn't do nothing. Nothing but undermine Black Americans.
And the same who the mother black woman need to explain that. Y'all the same when Barack was running, he wasn't black enough for you neither.
Barack Obama, he's not Black American either. He is half African, but this woman over here, she's not Black at all. She's 75% Indian, 25% Irish.
Oh, yeah. Inside Edition, they're calling her husband a sex symbol now. So, yeah, that's a deficiency. All the Black women, they're gonna buy into it. Yeah, he's a sex symbol. Yeah, Drop Dead Gorgeous. You guys think I'm just talking shit.
And a lot of y'all, I done figured out what y'all getting confused. Y'all don't even want motherfucking black. Y'all want ignorant. That's what you motherfucking want. A lot of y'all think ignorant mean black. And that's why some of you Trump because he.
Don't get me started, boy.
That's what he think. Cause shit, he showing that ignorant mean black.
We try. Hold on. I can't script this.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
You know, excuse me for saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
That's ignorant. I'm just cold.
All right. What were you saying, bro?
No, it's ignorant. That's what I was saying.
It's ironic.
It's craziness. He talking about ignorance, and he's displaying some of the highest forms of it.
And then a cat like this, he'll want to catch a fade.
No, not at this point. He got his check. He chill.
Motherfucker. But I'm here to fucking tell you, everybody black ain't motherfucking ignorant. And everybody white ain't motherfucking smart. So put that in your motherfucking pipe and motherfucking smoke it.
I just don't understand what cursing every single sentence was supposed to do. Plies, he's been playing stupid for 2 decades, but he's really not dumb at all. This whole thing about black men can't ask questions is absolutely crazy. Any citizen can question any politician. Like, get out of here. This was just way too much baby bop bimbo babble coming from a grown man. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below.
We got to protect Pink Book at all costs.
Yeah, that's a nice video because that was clown shit.
Yeah, a lot of her content, in my opinion, should just be like, she's almost the opposite of TATN, but she's doing it for a good reason, though. Yeah, sometimes it comes off as just exposing, like she be exposing the ignorant. She be exposing the shit out of it, don't she? But it mainly be us. You know, I like this, but hey, that's her thing. And then it's called Pink Book because, boy, you know what I mean? You know how we feel about the pink people. But it's coming from a place of love, I think. Baby bop bimbo. Yeah, like she's not gonna call him gay. You know what I mean? But any other issues that you could think of, hacking. This thing could be hacked by, just a regular guy. And they got control of your mind.
I mean, if it's the government or a regular guy, it's already hacked for the most part. They send thoughts. Some of us can resist those thoughts. And some can't.
Yeah. But it could just be like, instead of walking around, they're going to sell it. You don't have to walk around with your phone or with a device, But that device gets hacked. That's one thing. But when your mind gets hacked, but they're doing psychologically, they can hack your mind all the time. That's the thing about it.
But they've got mind reading and mind
body language technique.
They can project thoughts. It's scientific. It's been peer reviewed.
Will this be voluntarily done, or will it be manufactured consent gone wild?
If things keep going the way they're going, which I don't think it will, but it's going to be, if they get their way and we don't stop that way, they're gonna be able to just control the situation.
But I'm saying
AI.
The technology, will the usage of this technology be voluntary, or will it be manufactured consent going wild? Meaning
manufactured consent. It's not going to be voluntary. That's what I'm saying.
That's what's going on now.
Unless we stop it. That's all I'm saying.
But that's what's going on now. Like even with these phones, what they're doing is they'll say we got to get these phones to people all over the world so they can have access. And so, yeah, they'll be rolling out. It was the same way with the Peter pandemic and the solution.
We need
You know,
everybody to have these things so
yeah,
they can have access, and not so we can have access,
yeah,
so they can have access to us.
correct. 100%. Our thoughts, our yeah, wants, our desires, our
Our
needs.
intellectual property
Yeah,
for free, for nothing.
yeah.
We put it on all these apps and
The
give
ultimate
them all
goal
this
is
information.
the ultimate goal is to have everybody feel like when they wake up in the morning. Stephen A. Smith, to quote him, first thing I do when I get out of bed every morning, I don't praise God. I don't, kiss my wife. I don't think about my family and my kids. Um, you know what I'm saying? The first thing I think about is how I can make my boss more money. And they're going to add to that self. Your second thought's going to be, and then how can you spend all the money your boss gives you? They giving Tory Wordsmith's son, they gave him $20 million for that first contract. Oh, they didn't give him shit. His son didn't walk in there and they said, hey, you look like you can play basketball. No, this kid worked on his craft and made them a whole lot of fucking money. But the big media has everyone using that terminology. I'll be hearing people in the street talking about it. Man, they gave that boy $50 million. They didn't give him shit.
That's what he negotiated.
He earned it. No one's giving anyone anything.
No, it's what he negotiated for his skill.
Yes.
Period.
So the reparations, we're going to negotiate. And
yeah, because you're going to
it's
pay
old.
up or you just got to get out.
That's it's a debt. It's a debt.
We got to get these land patents, and everybody has got them. It's got to enforce them.
Absolutely.
The shell government, we'll see.
So this tech has the potential to revolutionize various sectors, so from healthcare to indoctrination. However, it also is raising ethical, legal, and social questions. The widespread adoption of this technology could lead to changes in how we understand privacy, autonomy, and consent. Society will need to navigate these charges carefully to ensure that the benefits of this technology are realized without compromising fundamental rights. What we want you guys to know is that this technology, the way they're showing it to us, is more advanced. And then, other governments are doing stuff in secret as well. So, yeah, nobody's going to put their intellectual property out there until, they can read your mind and steal it. How can we ensure the ethical use of this technology, bro? We're a solution-based podcast. What's the remedy?
It's got to kind of put a stop to it.
That's what I say.
It's no other way around it.
Bro.
That's the only thing, because it is feeding AI. So, that's in, who's kind of in control of making all of this stuff happen anyway.
We're going to be the Borg.
Yes, that's exactly what it's looking like. It's trying to, put in action.
Is this evolution or was this programmed in my mind by Star Trek? Is this a natural evolution of societies? They have to become a Borg?
No.
Well, the bigger we can be, one big,
No.
It's God's creation, or is this more Baphomet-like?
Yeah, I mean, look at the people that are controlled in their actions and the things that they do. It's not towards making everything good for people. It's about incorporating.
These guys are putting themselves. Elon Musk, he got out of whatever college he went, never heard of him. He was a billionaire in 3 years. The same dude at Amazon.
He was a billionaire before he was born.
Pulled himself up out of there, bootstrap.
No, he did not.
place there by the Bilderbergers?
Well, his family, had a large thing in the placement. He wasn't just, he did work and take everybody's ideas and put them in
took
place.
all our money and then took all the taxpayers' money, right, to pay these people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and his family money because
Yeah, and now he gets corporate welfare. But yeah, I mean, man, like I think the people need to just be fighting against it. But at the same time, on the flip side, it's choice. But then you're looking at manufacturer consent. But who are we to tell somebody who wants to use technology? They want to have them. They're willing to. They're not so adverse to the risk. Who are we to tell them that, hey, you can't use an iPhone?
They're agents. We ain't tell them they can't use iPhone, but if they don't need an iPhone, then it might be a problem because they could be controlled by the same thing they're using.
We're being
so
controlled.
Anybody can see it, just like anybody can see through the fiber optics and stuff on your TV and all of that. And your computer, they can, see anything. But with that, they'll be able to see straight through
who
their
are we
eyes.
to tell people that they don't have the choice to use this technology?
Oh, I don't have a choice to tell them they can't use it,
They're
but
fractals.
I can tell them to stay away from me.
Well, they'll become but if they become a Borg pretty soon, the Borg is gonna probably be bigger than the guys who aren't part of the Borg. And then what happens then? Because we're fractals, we're gods.
It's already bigger.
Cancel culture.
But we can have more power than the Borg because the Borg is not natural. So even though it gathers all that stuff, it can't overtake.
Yeah. The fractal nature of creation.
Especially those of us who know that the Borg is not a real thing.
Well,
it can be taken down because most of the people are following. The head comes down and it all comes apart. It'd be very easy for it to come apart.
Well, in Star Trek, man, the Borg was dangerous. You didn't want to come across that Borg, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. And that was Star Trek. That was to try to scare us about it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Warners
we've had people come out of the Borg and they ended the Borg on a couple of the spinoffs.
Yeah. Yes. Borg wasn't good.
No, not at all. Because it got rid of mankind and all individuality. It was just one thought.
And it wasn't giving you a choice. It was like a blob. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it was one thought.
Yeah.
Everybody followed that thought. It wasn't
Yeah, you had to follow that. All right. But even if you had other thoughts, the Borg just consumed it, made it, process it. Is it a good thought?
No, it came from the expertise of the person on whatever they were doing. But it still was in conjunction with thought. It wasn't like no other thought. They listened to the one thought.
Yeah, but the Borg's goal was still to learn. It was still taking in information. It was still absorbing.
They absorbed you when they brought you in. They got all your information.
Yes.
That's why I said.
But then no more.
Yes, you had no more anything. You were part of the Borg. You was absorbed in. That's why I said.
It seems so bad.
That's why I said they
seems so bad.
They took the thought from whoever.
You don't have to worry about paying bills. You don't have to worry about figuring this out, figuring that out.
No.
You gotta look at both sides.
You had to figure out nothing. They tell you what to do.
I mean, you're not doing much.
Somebody around there fucking around with shit. It's kind of like our bodies are now anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Like our bodies are, but
it's only two political parties. We're bored.
It ain't two. It's no political parties. It's some samaj of bullshit.
Now, according to the Borg, to ensure ethical use, it is crucial to establish clear guidelines and regulations. This includes creating standards for data privacy, consent, and transparency. independent. You got to have some independent oversight bodies. We're going to give them fancy names, the Oversight for Human Rights and Privacy Council. It could be established to monitor the use of thought reading technology and ensure compliance with ethical standards. Additionally, involving diverse stakeholders in the development and implementation of these guidelines can help address various ethical concerns. That's the best they can come up with, bro. More laws and regulation.
Yeah, it's hogwash.
Yeah.
They've never kept any law or treaty they ever made.
No. No, it's like writing an edict henceforth. Nobody's going to date the sweethearts. And then it's the same guys who put forth the edict. Well never mind. You know what I mean? It'd be similar to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens all the time in real life. I mean, just on higher levels, quote unquote, higher levels. What role can indoctrination centers play in addressing the challenges of this new, quote, new thought reading technology? How do you think the indoctrination centers can help us prepare or make it more safe, is what they're saying?
Well, it's all the way already in process because they changed the math and separated the parents from being able to teach their children. So it's already in a major situation.
And Brother Pender said he's in charge of parent education. Go ahead. Boy, this indoctrination. Go ahead.
Well, it's got to be because got to get some of the indoctrination out. It's, once the parents are fully indoctrinated and fully believe these people teaching your little person to be middle management or a slave.
And all the heroes are drop dead gorgeous. They talk about Greece and Rome and never tell you that the Kemet was black. Never tell you the
they won't tell you that Greece and Rome were black. They won't tell you that.
There wasn't any Moors roaming through Europe, not according to those history books.
There was not a lot of so-called racism until American slavery. There was more, different levels of income or what have you.
Let me ask you something. Why would your people, the indigenous of this nation here, refer to others as paleface if your people were pale and had green eyes and stuff?
Right. You aren't these people that's perceived, and come in all ranges of colors or what have you. But there was a doll's roll,
Yeah, they call them paleface, bro.
I know because
Come on, man.
Yeah. Or is that true? I don't know that that's true. It's some indoctrination we've been put in through.
Well, I can tell you, there was probably at least one tribe that called them paleface.
Shit.
Came from somewhere.
Yeah. It's a lot of everything than BS.
So, according to the Borg, education can play a vital role in preparing the youth for the challenges and opportunities presented by this technology we've been discussing. What those centers can do, according to the Rockefeller family, is incorporate discussions about the ethical, legal, and social implications of this technology. And they create jobs too, college majors, into educational curricula. We can raise awareness and foster critical thinking. When do they ever foster critical? Okay, educating the public about their rights and the potential risk can empower individuals to make informed decisions about the use of thought reading technology. When is that ever done? By the indoctrination centers. When is any of that ever done?
Well, there are some schools that kind of presented that point of view.
Yeah.
but not the public schools.
Yeah.
And not the typical.
They talked about it at Drop Dead Gorgeous Way, Mate Ray. We had some higher level discussions here. Yeah, I'd be sitting back there. I'd be in the back. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was still indoctrination, but
the indoctrination. But like I said, when we were coming up, teachers had more flexibility, more in what they could present, and they could,
talk to you about
expose
your
to
rights.
expose you to something
to the
that,
hypocrisies.
Some of these other schools wouldn't, or some of these other teachers, and the younger ones that have to teach towards the test don't even have time to worry about that.
Yeah, depending on what community they were in, they were being indoctrinated in another direction. It was either going to be pre-prison or straight to the factories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mama worked for Wholesome Bread. I'm gonna work for Wholesome Bread, and so we're gonna send you over to this school, and we're gonna learn you a trade. But this trade isn't gonna be where you can support your family on your own. Well, it can, but you're gonna be so programmed that you're gonna go Wholesome Bread and argue over pennies every year with your union, and for an extra $1 a raise a year or some shit. Pick up some Wholesome Bread. I drive past there, you smell that bread out there. Smell that bread out there.
Appreciate that white bread.
Drop Dead Gorgeous Bread. Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, they should let me
sawdust.
Yeah, they should let me advertise. And then the wheat bread, the dirty and poor and stupid bread. You know what I mean? Let me advertise. It's for the poor and stupid. All right. What tech solutions can help mitigate the risk associated with thought reading technology? Can we come up with some tech to keep them out?
There are some. I can't think of it exactly, but
They've
there
done science. They said the tin hat actually works. Go ahead, Self. Go ahead. I'm serious.
But it's a instrument that you can put inside, and it can't be seen or affected by EMP. Yeah. So
supposedly they said 10 works. Whoever came up with that shit, Self, I don't know where they got. They must have been an alien or futurist. Self, they've done studies and they said 10 is blocking out all those waves and shit. Go ahead. Let's get you a 10 hat.
Funny.
Ain't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have goofy 10 hats too.
We'll have to have.
Yeah. Goofy.
It's gonna make them smart. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why am I wearing this bullshit? Them take it off, and then they still buy it after they take it off.
Yeah.
I want to be stupid.
They're gonna love us, our guerrilla marketing
Goofy.
out there in front of Supreme.
Goofy.
Yeah, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? You need to come over here and get this goofy. All right.
Wait it out.
But tech solution. So we talked about the 10 hat, and you said there's something that's gonna put out a different wave that blocks it, jams it.
Yeah, it blocks all of that. It won't let anything into something, but it's contained. So I don't know if you could.
You gotta wear it, or what I mean?
Yeah, it's contained, so I don't think you can really wear it.
It'll be hacked. Could be.
I don't think it's from here, so I'm not sure the hacking would work.
It's possible, Self, with the theories when they say, we assume they're trying to stop. Well, you've said something we did, it ruined the DNA, and they're coming from the future to try to tell us not to do that. Most people say they want to avoid.
They're coming from a different dimension. They did that on that dimension, and they're trying to fix what they did. It's not a future of this time.
I got you. They need our DNA.
Yeah.
I got you.
And they're trying to figure out how to stop what the fuck they did in their shit.
And there's some futurists who say they're coming back. There's us coming back from the future, and we had time travel and we fucked up the earth in some kind of way. Maybe they're coming back in this moment to prevent this technology. Maybe this technology created the Borg.
Possibility.
Yeah. Sounds like a great movie coming soon, y'all. Let's see, technological solutions. All right, according to the Borg self and the algorithm, technological solutions such as advanced encryption and secure. Oh, about encryption. The alleged shooter worked for BlackRock, who allegedly shot Donald Trump.
Ear.
Yeah. And he said he thought it was a big mosquito going by initially. Now, he had some encrypted files that the FBI is working to unencrypt. So what's the point of encryption?
It's a level of protection against just basic invasion to files and being able to look at them. It's a way to be able to send it to somebody else where it can't just be grabbed out the air if you don't
By
know what it
any
is.
simple mooly.
It just looks like jibber jab, jibber
But if it
gibberish.
can't protect you from the government, what good is it?
Well, it can't protect you because AI can break any encryption.
Yeah. So according to AI, technological solutions such as advanced encryption, this is what the AI is telling us, can protect us from the AI. And secure data storage can help protect brain data from unauthorized access.
Yeah, that's what AI is doing. It's setting up that encryption that we can't get unstopped with, what they're fucking talking about. That's what AI is doing.
Developing robust consent management systems can ensure that individuals have control over how their data is used. Additionally, this all sounds so familiar. Additionally, creating algorithms that prioritize privacy and minimize the risk of misinterpretation can help mitigate some of the ethical concerns associated with thought reading technology, which brings me back to your original point. Why do it?
Yeah. Make a lot of issues that are non-issues.
Yeah. Make it make sense for why we have in this poll 17%. I haven't looked at the updated results. I'm saying let's do it.
Like I said, those are the same people that want and are willing to get the Neuralink.
Yeah, it can monitor my heart rate, let me know when I'm about to die.
Oh, you got access to the whole internet. They don't realize that it's got access to your whole body, your whole consciousness, your whole.
If it's monitoring your rhythms, it can change those rhythms, and then thus make you a Manchurian candidate.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
much easier than the split personality torture that they be doing. They can do it much easier.
Yeah, they can split you
with that.
Yeah, and they like to start when you're a child. It's a lot easier for a child's mind to be split that way too. So much simpler.
Yeah, and that's why it's dangerous if you're in the military.
Yeah,
because they will take your children.
Oh, that's why a lot of guys don't make it through the Marines, because the Marines will split you, and you will create a character that's a murderous son of a bitch. You know what I mean? And then you'd have the Marines will split you. Anybody that's a Marine, big ups to you, but you've been split. You know it. They got the longest indoctrination. All right. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it's saying, Self. We can use big tech to protect us from big tech.
That's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the poll question out there. Let's see. Black man. I mean, Plies, I don't even know who the hell he is, first of all.
Oh yeah, I didn't know him until I saw him spewing some shit.
I heard the name somewhere, but now I got to go listen to his music and start leaving dirty comments in there. What is this shit? Okay, we've had some updates here. We've had some updates. Okay, all right. Maybe they've watched the show and learned, or maybe some guys just popped in and said, "What the hell is going on this poll?" I don't know. We have an update. I'm going to share it. You cats don't think we're capping. All right, there you go, Self. What's your take on mind reading tech is the question. Cap can't be done. 13% of the respondents to this poll. You better get you a 10 cap while you're at it, huh? Can't be done. I mean, they're telling you that they're doing it.
Right.
Okay. And then now you got this monkey right here troubleshooting. Yeah. Have you tried turning it off and stepping on it and slamming on the floor and then flinging feces on it? Oh man, when I saw that, I damn near crapped my pants. That was my job at the time. I wanted to tell somebody that too when they called in there. Yeah, if I would have had the chance, I was quitting my last day, I would have told somebody that. Fucking monkey. All right. Wait, what? So 13% and never heard of it. I don't hold that against them, but that's by design.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I bet a lot of them could tell me. I mean, touchdown passes, interceptions, Justin Fields.
And those 13% above have kind of heard of it, and you just think, oh, no way.
Yeah, won't be happening to me. Well, that's a different thing. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. It says can't be done.
Right.
Yeah. All right. And then, of course, let's go. The pros outweigh the cons. 13%.
Those are Neuralink people. I'm telling you.
They like all new tech.
No, they want Neuralink. They want to be connected. They want to know all this information they think is going to build them. They don't see that it can control them.
Jump in the car, let the AI make all the decisions for you. You imagine how weak your brain is going to be. It's the whole reason why we give the riddles every show. Every time you guys are doing thoughts and meditating, well, first of all, when you meditate, they've done science on that itself. It's healing. Okay, when they give you thoughts of stress, the stuff that lights up, and then when they tell you to meditate, it's literally healing your brain. Okay, so thoughts are extremely important. And to Self's point, man, they could jack your, oh my God. Wow. Wow.
Set you on a pace where you don't want to be on.
You can go back to chattel slavery. You wouldn't have to perform the Holocaust. You can have people just jumping over the bridge, you just program them all to just jump over the bridge. You wouldn't want to do that. You'd have them dig a big ditch. And all of a sudden they're digging a ditch, and in their mind you're telling them they're digging a trench to help society. It's the Borg, right? Right? And then jump in it. You know what I mean? And yeah, and you have your AI machines come and throw dirt on them. Lay here and take this dirt. Like, wow. Okay. 63%. We got some gods in it. Say my mind is off limits.
Yeah.
Now, I shudder to ask you what you voted, because it's an offensive question overall. But which list are you
on? I think we should go sign up and let's do it. Let's go. No, my mind is off limits. You know how we do.
Yeah, same. We're in agreement on this poll. We don't agree on all the polls. We're definitely in agreement on this poll. No doubt there. And here's the thing for people who say, oh, this generation, and I ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to be gone. Well, there could be you coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You could be born right into it, and they done made laws and shit, and you get plugged right the fuck in. And that experience you had when you came here, and you got to play in the dirt and experience and have your own thoughts, and, I'm going to be this and that. Oh, no, they telling you what you are.
Yeah, that's how I feel when we came in this time.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you were. Yeah, outside the box. I remember they used to fuck with me too, telling me I was coloring outside the lines. Fuck you. It's my coloring book.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I like outside the line. That's how I see people.
It's your
response. That's what they didn't understand.
That's what they didn't understand. There's some stuff, if you stare at the moon, well, I'm not going to give it all away. There's some fuzzy shit going on, bro. The moon, man, it glitches. That moon glitches quite frequently. Big ups to the moon.
The whole system is glitching. It's glitchy.
All right, you got any final thoughts before on this topic before I go into my conclusion here?
My final words will be suffice. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I briefly say I want to thank y'all for joining us. We love to hear your comments on this technology. Drop them in there. You know, better do that than text me. I appreciate the communications. But then that gets other people to want to watch the video, based upon the comments you guys are making. So it helps. And then they'll want to comment. And you can even put like the timestamp. It timestamps it for you, something you like. That helps us grow. We've explored, but thanks so much for joining us on this captivating episode of the Self Luv Show. We've explored the intriguing possibilities and ethical considerations of thought invasion technology. They're calling it thought reading technology, and its potential impact on both the powerful and the everyday person. As we wrap up, remember that while technology can unlock incredible potential, it's going to be up to us, the so-called human, to navigate its use responsibly and ethically. Just because they build it doesn't mean that we have to use it. You understand? You understand that? Stay curious, stay informed, and always prioritize your inner peace and privacy. If you've enjoyed today's discussion, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below, because silence is violence. Until next time, keep questioning. The algorithm right now can't read your mind. Well, it can, but it can to an extent because it knows what you're clicking on. But we need your comments. All right. So the algorithm can send more people to get this content. You think we're doing it for clout, we're still doing it. You know what I mean? So like, we're not doing it for clout. I'm beyond clout. You understand what I'm saying? Give me the money, keep the clout. You know what I'm saying? And that's for different reasons. Now, until next time, keep questioning. Keep dreaming. Keep exploring out there. Show some love to yourself and everyone around you. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. As always, question everything and everybody, even so-called black people running for president of fucking United States, who literally said, no, I'm not going to do nothing specifically for black people. No. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. What must they think of you? The last time, Self, it was you ain't black if you don't vote for me. And all right. The Self Luv Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Peer down the rabbit holes and do your own research. Use caution and discernment. Because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, when you're using that mind technology, that abyss is going to stare right back at you. Till next time, peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right. All right. Let's get that riddle. Self-love solved it. What up, Ace? In the building.
Yes, sir.
Riddle. I can reveal your deepest thoughts without a word being said. I can unlock the secrets in your head. What am I, Brother Wordsmith? What am I?
Mind reading technology.
Shit. They could have added, but what the algorithm didn't add is I can pump thoughts into there. Make you think.
That's why they trying to make it seem like it's one way. But that's how they tell us about everything, like these TVs and
Well, I
computer
said that from the
screens. And,
beginning. Remember I
right.
said
I'm just saying.
Windows? I said from the beginning. The first Windows came out.
Web, Windows,
Yeah.
World Wide Web.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this is.
But Windows, I said, man, they make a window, man. They two ways.
Yes.
Yes.
Period.
You can see in and you can look out there, motherfucker.
Period.
You know what I mean?
That's why it's a web, World Wide Web.
That's right. That's why you want to close your MacBook or cover up that camera out there whenever you're not using it. You know what I mean? But they can listen.
Yeah,
they're
and
always listening.
they can look through your TV too. I mean,
yeah, if you got one of those so-called smart TVs, drop dead gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, it's just a flat screen. Again.
Yeah, you got to have a camera on there.
No. They've been doing it longer than having a camera. But,
well, they got cameras in there that they're not showing you.
Well, the whole thing is every screen is a camera and every mic is a speaker and every speaker is a microphone. They go both ways, just like a window.
Wow. All right. Next week, I'm still working to get the females together for that shield-free debate. I'm really into it. That's going to, oof. Wee. You can question old black women about nothing. I'm going to sit here like a little faggot. All right. 9, pick up all the homosexuals out there. We don't want no problems. All right. 9-3-24. Off-brand presidential candidates. We only got 2 candidates. It's only 2. Somebody asked me, well, what are the other ones? All right, so we're going to go down this rabbit hole. You know what I mean? And we're going to, handpick some of these candidates, the ones the media is not talking about. And we're going to talk about, what they're talking about. Self. I've done my, I posted what my list of demands are from this so-called government. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show people how, in my opinion, they should make these decisions when they're going to throw their vote away. Because if you're voting for one of these assholes, guess what? You could be throwing your vote away.
If you decide between lesser evils, then you probably are.
You know what they tell me? But you're in a blue state anyway. Fuck you. Your vote ain't going to matter. And that's a problem. Ain't that a problem? Then let's change that law. I'm going to add that to my list of demands. And fuck what color the state is I'm in. My vote should matter. Popular vote. Why is there a popular vote?
For, you're talking about for president, or you talking about for
everything. The popular
alderman. Vote. I mean, alderman, yeah, you're right. And, but president. They got this electoral, electoral college crap.
Yeah.
In the place, and they can decide, and they can gerrymander. They can gerrymander the states, and so you can be the senator again, and all of that.
Yeah, and make my vote not matter.
Right. Period.
So
that's what they do. That's
what I got vote, and I've had people from both parties, like black people who supposedly love me. Man, after you had these discussions,
black people,
Well, I'm saying, if you had these discussions, right, Self? Don't tell me you haven't heard this. Well, after they finish trying to pimp you for your vote. Well, if my vote don't fucking matter, why are you talking to me?
Right.
Because a red state can turn blue and a blue state can turn red. I mean, it's happened before, hasn't it?
Yeah, some of them are just established because it's all set up. It's a system. And they've got these so-called swing states that they call, so they might change, but the other states probably not going to change. Yeah, they are going to stay the way they are. And then you got these swing states. Yeah,
I swear.
I know. I sound like
when he says it's all rigged.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You can't be ashamed to sound like somebody when they're speaking the truth. I mean, shit, I don't care who it is. I mean, I'm sure
I needed to, hear exactly what you were talking about because he says a lot of stuff that
it's all programming. So if Adolf Hitler,
he does say great things, but
I'm
There's
gonna have
some
to
shit he
research
said,
Hitler.
you're like, what the fuck?
I'm sure Hitler said something. I'm gonna find a quote from Hitler that made some sense. Yeah, he's a.
You'll find something.
Yeah, let's see. See, they didn't tell me that at William H. Ray, but that's what we're on next
Yeah.
week. So.
Oh,
Oh no, you know where I was.
man, you would have been on the short bus. You said anything about Hitler. And you would have been like, who's Adolf Hitler? The short bus.
Off-brand presidential candidates. They let me get away with wearing I used to walk around there self with the Pope. The Pope. I used to 6th, 7th grade. I had the Pope. I had a picture of the Pope. I forgot. They came around passing out the Pope face. I forgot which Pope it was. Self, you should know. You went to a damn Catholic school, and they had his face on. I don't know. They had his face on buttons. And guess what I did? I buttoned it right to my penis. I sure did. I walked around there with the Pope's face on my penis. Yeah, they wanted to put me in the short bus. I'm sure. You know, they asked me why I was doing it. You know what I mean? I give them my reasons. You intellectualize it. Sure did. Eventually, I stopped. You know, when they stopped giving me attention. Yeah, because this guy's probably a faggot. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. Big ups to the Pope. All the cat holics. You're addicted to the holy cat. If you knew the true knowledge behind it, the Egyptians, never mind. You go down that rabbit hole. All right, Prime versus Prime. That's on Mouthpiece included itself. We got Prime Time going up against Prime Time. You know what I'm saying? Is he a puppet being used to stop those journalists from having opinions out there? Huh?
I don't know what's going on.
There's a journalist that's been on his ass, and Prime and the university banned him from showing up, and he told me he could show up, he just can't ask questions. But he's a journalist, for CBS.
Wow.
He'd be talking about his opinion. He's a false prophet. He'd be saying shit like that. He didn't say nothing about Prime's family. You know what I mean? So it's a dangerous area, though. Like, I like Prime. I believe in him. But should you not be able to print what you want if you're a real journalist?
Well, he can print what he wants, but because he's there, he can't ask questions.
Yeah,
so
he could be there. Right. That's fine.
Yeah, because if he's asking volatile questions, I don't know who would want to come out every day and there's some guys volatile at every press conference.
Yeah, he's a little dick. He's a clout chaser. You know what I mean? So it's opening up these type of questions, bro. We cut our politics with our sports on that channel. You guys can pull up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I love prime time. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be plies on this. Stephen A. and one of the ish people were saying that they're disappointed in Prime because he should have risen above it. But we'll get there. I'll have more, receipts. I don't like to do that without the receipts anymore because I could have misinterpreted what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Shit. All right, and then that brings us, Karen, my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final. Take it from the top, Karen. Words out there.
Shut up a little bit, Karen. The thought police have already been deployed. It's some things that can't be ignored. They after you, like the Minority Report. They want to escort you to the future where they got slaves and people that live off of their backs. Don't cooperate, they execute you. We gotta understand that our private thoughts are ours alone and shouldn't condone anyone roaming in there. It's like a utopian movie. And that's why they showed us. So they could focus on the goofies. And have you indoctrinated, go against your own cause, segregated.
On the streets selling Lucy's.
The earth's most hated. Most people consider that is us. But I know we are from the Creator I trust. All these illusions that they trying to do, it's gonna disappear. It's all a vibration. It just takes us to come together and decide what happens in our realm and not deal with these secondhand beings are trying to tell.
Lizard people?
Lizard would be good, but they ain't of that. They something lesser that's misunderstood. It was a creation. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to be saying. But the mind control can be, it's just the threshold with the reading technology. It's the next level. And I mean a level down. Because they will be able to make worker bees. And they will not care about much else.
Bees are Borg.
And that's what they're trying to make. It's gonna take us. Stop it. Like minds. Side and coming together at the right time. It's all a propagation. That's why this venue has been hated. So we're gonna continue slaying the beast like prayer to the east. Make sure our minds stay free from this technology. But it's really hard because they already got a head start. We on this social media, feeding them data that they are receiving. Yeah. So protect yourself at all times. Because this is happening in our lifetime. Full effect from a long time ago, but now they letting it be known. Words.
Man, it was something you said during that. I wonder if those cameras that they don't have in all these neighborhoods, they're always around certain areas. Certain areas where certain people don't venture into without a tin hat. Right? They stay in their areas and they don't have these. These could be pumping signals into the brain of people. Could.
Definitely. Not to mention the internet, 5G, 4G towers.
Yeah. Yes. And they hide them, man. They camouflage them, bro.
Yeah.
Because they know the people. It's gonna be a point where y'all gonna be looking for them. Y'all gonna be like, man, we should listen to those guys. Y'all gonna be looking to knock those things down. Gonna come that time. Well, why would they camouflage?
Because they can't put them by real trees because it kills the trees.
Honestly, I don't. And all the animals around them.
The animals stay away from them.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
It's Latin. Means no.
100%.
Y'all need to look up the show. We did a show on it. I'm telling you. Oh, I learned so much.
Yeah, it's a great process. Hey, y'all, bullets, boomerangs, man, karma.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Yeah, you want to stand your ground. Don't be no sucker out here. Yeah, but murder is suicide.
Yep, that's an eye for an eye.
Yeah, don't be no sucker out here. Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
Greed plus ego over fear. Yeah, you're an employee.
Charity plus humility times love. That's freedom.
Be like Kamala Harris. Do not answer questions. She knows because she was a prosecutor.
We show. You know you better question everything.
You hear that, Plies? What's wrong with you?
Monkey.
Allegedly, in my opinion. Fear is a 10 cap.
Vibrate love.
Forgiveness has love's highest vibration.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Yeah, that's right. You go out there and you take some food out your refrigerator and you give it to those people standing out there raising money for a funeral to migrants. Heck yeah, you go out there and you vibrate love. You know, it's all up. You know what they doing in the Bilderberger, bro. You know what they doing, man. Yeah.
One thing I know for sure, hurt people will try to hurt people.
Facts. Healthy people. Heal thy people.
Free Larry Hoover.
Free Chief Malik.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Free all the guys.
Because prison is slavery.
Being the one is just like being in love.
Let's be like Yeshua.
No one can tell you you're in love.
Walk on water.
Through and through. Balls to bones.
Move mountains.
Move mountains? I know we've been doing it for a while, but how we do that?
Speak it. And it's gone.